right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another fantastic episode of your show. That's right, it's the Kickout Crew. Want to thank everybody for the positive feedback last week. Want to thank the guys for starting the show without me. Want to thank Adam for taking charge, and Brad taking charge. Everybody stepping in when I decided to step out, I guess. So I really appreciate that, guys. Good job, and sorry about that again. Uh, I do want to start with, hey, if you like what we're doing, be a friend and tell a friend because it's your show. We do it for fun, to entertain the masses, and more masses, more better content. We'll see, but no,
wait a minute. You said tell a friend. It didn't even gotta be a friend. Just tell somebody. It ain't gotta be a friend. It can be somebody you don't even like. Just tell them.
yeah, that's actually a good. Tell everybody,
Yeah.
spread the word.
Doesn't matter if you like them or not. Friend, no friend. Just tell them.
Hey, fuck you! By the way, you should listen to the Kick Out Group podcast.
This is
money.
I love it.
But no, I want to, thank everybody for the feedback. Got a bunch of questions last week and everything, and so I really dig it. Glad you guys enjoy what we're doing because we enjoy doing it for sure. Be sure to follow us on all of your social media platforms, Kick Out Crew, and watch videos exclusively on Premier Streaming Network. That being said,
.com.
Boom. That being said, I think I've rambled enough because we got a lot of shit to talk about today. So I guess time to kick it on over to Brad. So Brad, what you got this week?
No rants this week. Just going to talk about a few things.
It said Rand Stanton.
I know. I ranked that before I even know what it is. So I want to talk a little football, not about the Eagles, because why would I want to do that? But Jamie Gillan, punter for the New York Giants. He is the punter, and he kicked a field goal this weekend. And then they said he is the Scottish Hammer. And I'll tell you what, is he a kicker or is he a porn star? Hey-o! Also, shout out to the Tennessee Titans for their throwback jerseys last week, wearing the Houston Oilers jerseys. Now, listen, we've seen throwback uniforms for all these teams before, but to actually be the team that you took over, and play the Houston Texans at the same time was something I just could not get past, and I talked about it the entire game. So anyway, shout out.
Epic troll job, for sure.
Yeah, seriously. Now, Brian, I think
we got Devyn. Devyn has something.
Real quick, just on the topic of football, I want to give a shout out and congratulations to Dolphins punter Jake Bailey and his fiance, Bailey Nicole, on getting engaged. When they get married, her name's going to be Bailey Bailey.
Yeah.
A mile away. Brian, go ahead and put up, you know what order to go in with these pictures, I hope, right? So go ahead and put up the first picture. Okay, nice. So this weekend, we had our annual cookie weekend at our friend's house. I go over, I watch football, and I put together a gingerbread house. This is not one of them. All right, this is the first gingerbread house, okay? This is one that someone else did. Go ahead with the second picture, Bryant.
Did you try to put that in a bag and take it home with you?
Well, look at this. Another beautiful gingerbread house. So this is the second gingerbread house that I picked. Now, all the gingerbread houses look very good, except for, go ahead, Bryant. This is my gingerbread house.
Attaboy.
That's like mine.
You leave it beside a fire?
I just can't understand. There are some things I am so bad in life, and this is one of them. So now I realize, like, after I realized what I was doing with these windows, right? Everything's dripping down. Now I know I probably should have worked on this horizontally, not vertically. I actually paid someone $5 to put the thing together anyway, to glue the thing together to begin with. And then so everything's dripping down. So I thought it was a good idea to just add as much frosting as I could to these windows and just put gummy bears in them. Gummy bears were not part of the kit. They're just something I found in the house and put it on there. I just wanted to show everybody how I am probably the least talented person in the world. This was by far the worst gingerbread house. But if you see in the cup next to it, someone did vote for me.
Oh. Was that you?
I got 3 votes total. I think one was from Lotus, one was from Deb, and one was from me. So thanks to my family for supporting me, no matter how terrible I am. So just show that last picture. Go ahead, Bryant. This is what,
damn.
2 days of my wife and her 2 friends. We divide this by 3. What are we doing with all these cookies in the house? How many cookies do you think are here? I have 800 cookies in the house. We have 5 of us in here, and no one's even eating them. So I'm bringing them.
How many people were there, dude? That's like
three people did that.
I mean, like, how many people were over? Like, how?
Well,
What was the attendance and the match length?
So let's go with that, James. This is an exclusive event, okay? Not everybody gets to come. This is not a party. This is a get-together of 3 families, okay? 3 families get together. The wives make the cookies. The guys just basically sit on the couch and watch football while this is going on, and then we are forced to make those gingerbread houses, which we put off for a day and a half. And that was funny. The first day we decided we didn't want to do it that day. We would do it the next day. And his wife says, well, then you're not going to qualify for the Target gift card. Guess what? I'm not going to win anyway. So I'm good with that. And I was hoping the next day that it would be forgotten, but it wasn't. And he looked at me and goes, I got to live here, right? I'm like, fine, let's do this. So anyway.
So wait, would you say like 15 people, give or take?
Yeah.
So does everybody eat like a plate and a half of
No one's
cookies?
eating anything. No one's eating anything. Okay, we're taking them home. We're dividing them up. Like me, you might have a couple cookies. We're just dividing them up and taking them home, and then they just sit in my house until Easter.
Brought your own bag too, didn't you?
So DM the Kickout Crew on X, and Brad will send you a box of cookies.
Yeah.
I want to say a line. My wife's friend Jen, who hosted this event, said this on Facebook. When life gets a little turbulent, it's amazing to know we have friends to lift us up and carry the weight. Boy, that sounds awful familiar, doesn't it? When life gets you down, what? You kick at it too. So I want everybody to know that friends are very important in our lives. And it is nice that my wife has these 2 friends that they do something really nice together. And it's nice that they were able to cheer her up, and even though things are tough. And I want everybody to know out there, if you're listening to the show, whether you have a lot of friends or a few friends, the Kickout Crew is your friend, and that is what we are here for. So always remember, when life gets you down, turn us on, forget your troubles. I'm going to tell you right now, I forget my troubles here. I do. I have a heavy job, and I have family problems like everybody else. When I get on this show, I forget it all, and I hope that we do the same for you. So that's all I got this week, and just keep positive, and back to you, James.
Hell yeah. Great message, because that's kind of our motto, or whatever you could say. We keep it lively, keep it chill, and hey man, if you need a friend, you got 5 of them, 6 of them with Bryant, you got it right here. So I love it. You know what else is real friendly? Mike's List. So hey, let's get it going, because rumor has it there's gonna be some surprises.
Can't wait.
Ooh, I wonder what this is about.
I don't even remember who's on the list.
I don't either. I looked at it once. All right.
Right. So here we go. Ooh, look at that one. So as you can see, our list, top 5 is Rhea Ripley, Gunther, Cody Rhodes, Dominic Mysterio, and Kristen Cage. Next to come, we have
Where's Christian Cage at on the Oh, you just read the top 5? I thought you were reading the new ones. Sorry.
No. I was just giving the top 5 on there. They can read the other ones if they want to. So new ones, we have Jimmy Uso, Natalya Hart, Bryan Danielson, Tiffany Stratton, MJF, and Adam's pick, Will Ospreay.
Can I start with the obvious one here, Mike?
Yeah. MJF.
I have a tremendous respect for her. I do.
Oh,
but I don't think she's done enough this year, and I actually think she should be last on the list as Natalya.
Ooh.
Do you guys think that not just as what she's accomplished this year? What championships has she won this year? What storylines has she been involved in this year that deserves her to be over anybody on that list?
What championships has the Miz won this year?
But the Miz is in a segment. He's fighting for the Intercontinental Championship. He's got his own little show. Like I said, he's got Miz TV. I just think Natalya doesn't bring any of that to the table.
Yeah, Miz is always there when you need him. When they need him, whether it's a heel or face.
Natalya's always there.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Adam. You're right. But
I don't think she's done a lot this year.
Not as prominent.
Yeah, I hate to think that she ain't done much this year, man. That sucks.
She has.
I can't believe we didn't put Jey Uso on here, but we put Jimmy Uso on here.
Well, that makes it a little easier.
Another week.
You know, it's
no Hangman, so
I read it as Jay. I read it as Jay. So are we in agreement on Natalia or no?
I agree.
I guess.
I mean, I know it hurts, Adam, but is it true or not? I like her. She used to fart on the show. That was fun. But she brought that back. She might bump up a little bit.
Yeah,
It is of 2023, so let's keep that in
Yes.
mind. It's not a lifetime achievement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am voting. I'm going to vote. So you want to talk about MJF?
Well, let's put Natalia number 19.
Okay.
Okay.
I would agree with that.
So
Oh, man,
I
now
mean,
it's
this
done.
year,
Yeah.
Laminated, buddy.
Yes.
Laminated.
boom. All right.
if I can remember correctly, Natalia started out the year as heel or babyface, I believe, and then turned heel, and then just recently turned babyface.
I don't
again
think you
with
ever know what
TV
she
Knox.
is. Yeah, that's a good point, Devin. I don't like
Yeah.
they never follow through.
And
Yeah,
I
she hasn't
honestly,
done too much.
I do not like her as a heel. She cannot play a heel to me. I think she don't have it. Like her, especially in her promos. I don't think she has it.
She's got great wrestling skill. I'll give her
Yes,
that.
that she does. And as a babyface, she can do a decent promo. But as
And
a
she,
heel,
they will throw her in with someone just to have a great match. So she's always good for that, like you said, Adam.
All right, so we want to go with Jimmy Uso. Since
Below Speedball, above Miz.
I agree.
mean,
I completely agree.
He was the undisputed champion at the beginning of the year.
But I mean, talk about not
And he
getting.
main evented WrestleMania.
I
Yeah.
agree with that. I just don't. Man, I'll tell you what. He's got the short stick of the two Usos, doesn't he?
I
Yep.
think he should go above Oscar.
I was
Yeah,
gonna put him right below Oscar and right before Bronn Breakker.
But Oscar
I like
has
that.
the championship this year, has she?
I'm
Yes.
okay. I'm okay with that.
Oscar's just now really doing something this year.
I won't
It's
argue with where you want to put her.
in the
Put him. I
bloodline.
mean, I'm fine there. That's fine. Are you
Right
fine there?
after Oscar,
What do you think,
between
Jay?
Oscar and Bronn?
I'm good with whatever, really.
Cool.
So
Oscar
above
and Bronn.
Braun is where we're going.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like this. Why didn't we do this from the beginning?
We're learning, buddy. We're learning. And I
There's
actually
a lot
feel
of
like-
things that we just
I mean,
every week is like something that fucks up and we just figure it out.
By the way, as mesmerized as I am by the typing and the deleting, I think we should talk through it because no one's. I don't know how entertaining that is for people at home.
I think that part's great.
Yeah,
All right.
it's fun for us. We're like, wow, how'd you do
It's
that,
updating
Brian?
in live time.
So now we got Bryan Danielson.
Hasn't held the title, so fuck him, right? Put him at the bottom.
Ooh.
All right, you guys can agree or
I
disagree.
want to say top 10.
I say top 10. I actually say 10 right now. I say above Sami Zayn, below Io Sky.
Oh, I'm
But
good
he
with that.
hasn't held the title though.
I honestly say
Doesn't matter.
above Adam Cole.
Title. What does the title have anything to do with it? There's 1,500 titles out there.
The problem,
Roman
like,
Reigns, damn
so
champion, and
we're
he's
so
beat him
inconsistent, guys.
Mine, I'm mine.
Yeah,
The
no, we
problem-
talk about one person, it's like, well, they haven't won a belt, and then we talk about Bryan Danielson, it's like, he needs to be up there.
However,
Well,
we
I
got
think Danielson should go-
Swerve Strickland.
Actually, I
there.
believe he should go for the swerve. That's what I was about to say.
Oh, I don't think he should be above Swerve, but if we're going to talk about not having a title, then
I
then
put
we
him
gotta
above
talk about-
Io, and she has a title.
I put him above Zayn and between Io and Zayn, and I'm not even sure about that. But I'll tell you this: we talk about no title. Swerve has no title. He's had no title.
So what about between
I think
Tony
he should
and
go between Julia Hart and Io.
That works. I can do that.
But Devin hates it, and I don't blame him.
No, if we're going
You
off
think, Devin?
performance-wise, then yes. When we were talking titles for the previous person, that made me think strictly titles.
I'm actually less
But-
impressed with Uso, also, Devin. I feel like he really has fallen off. Jimmy, I mean, I know he's still around. I'm just bored with him. Are you?
Yeah, but from the beginning of the year though, this is all year. This ain't.
I
Just
know, but you gotta also check their momentum, right?
Now. Yeah, I mean they stop and go.
Yeah,
He's
Julia
still-
Julia Roberts, Julia Hart was nothing in January, right?
Yeah, and look at her now.
That's what I mean.
She's
We're talking
improved.
about momentum, is what I'm getting at. Swerve in January, what was he?
Yeah, that's true. All right,
Then
so
I could
Ron-
honestly go with putting Danielson right above Io Sky, Strictly off the factor that Danielson's been putting on banger after banger, putting over performers all year, working
He
through
did beat
pain.
He did beat
Yeah,
Okada.
he's been in every other main event.
Yeah. I'm
But
good
like
with
I
that.
don't know if you guys heard me, but he did beat Okada this year when we were in Alabama.
I'm good with that.
All right, fine.
Number 9.
Yeah, right there at number 9.
Okay.
And then
So let's talk through this, okay? I know that again,
Yeah.
the typing's
So how
happening.
about that Bronn Danielson, huh?
So Tiffany Stratton was really hot, and she's still in the NXT picture. I don't think you can put her over any other women's title, or even Becky, because Becky beat her. So I would put her between Becky and Logan.
I'm not mad at that.
I can do that. I haven't seen a lot of her, but what I have seen of her,
She's got it. She's got it. I think
Yeah,
she was put in the. I think she was put in the title picture early because Roxanne Perez got hurt, and I don't know if she would have been there without her. But she still overperformed. She's the Barbie girl. What do you think, Devin?
I think my wife just got home. But what are we discussing?
We said putting
Tiffany
Tiffany Stratton in between Becky Lynch and Logan Paul, just because Becky beat her, and she has been a champion, and she's still early in her career, but I don't think she should be above any other women's champion.
I agree with that. Tiffany Stratton's been pretty strong performer all year too. Yeah, she's probably the one in NXT that's most ready to come to the main level roster too. So
yeah,
I'm with you.
She's gonna make it as long as she doesn't get hurt, which we obviously don't want.
She's gonna make it after all.
You guys should hear her on interviews on Busted Open. They're not sure if she's in character or not. I love it. Bully doesn't know how to handle her.
And apparently Asuka has been champion this year, so that's my fault.
Yeah, but it seems like 100 years ago, right?
It's back in May.
Oh wow, we suck.
Research is our number one thing on this show.
I remember it now, and I also remember that again, it was like a transitional thing.
Yeah, she put her fingers in her eyes with the mist.
Yeah, I remember now. It wasn't that long ago.
I forgot until I looked it up.
So where are we going with that one?
Tiffany Stratton, right below.
14.
She'll be 14 now. Oh yeah, 14.
I like that. Yeah.
I like it too.
Yeah,
I like it also.
Yeah, it's definitely real good.
So now the
Me
big
as
one,
well.
guys. Now the big two are coming up here. My vote is MJF is 1. That's my vote.
I agree. I think he's been doing tremendous at everything. He switched from a heel to a face in a heartbeat.
He's a double champion.
I think
is
MJF 1, Will Ospreay 3.
And I totally agree with that.
He's working his ass off, and I mean his ring work is great. His promos are great.
He's been champion the entire year.
I say MJF.
He was injured some.
Will Ospreay.
He's still injured.
He was, but I still think he came out and talked. I mean, he's still relevant. He didn't go off TV.
I think he's injured now. He has a slight injury right now.
His matches have been fantastic.
He's the only one that I can think of currently in a actual feud.
Yeah, with the devil.
Yeah.
Aren't we all?
MJF 1, Rhea Ripley 2, Will Ospreay 3.
I agree with that. Will Ospreay
yeah.
Only because he's been showing out in different promotions is the only reason why I put him in.
Because Ospreay's had a good, that's great matches, different promotions and everything.
Devin, you agree? All right, so let's do it. That was simple. But hey, guys, why don't you give us something to work on next time, huh?
I mean, I had a couple of choice words about MJF, but I digress.
But you don't think he's number 1 in his promotion?
Yeah, he's been there for the year. He
hasn't had that many amount of matches,
Well, then I can't wait till we get to Roman then.
Yeah, wait.
He's had 3 matches this year, right? Or 9? 9?
I don't even think that many. Probably like 4.
I think Alba broke it down on something. I mean, MJF did that match on Collision with damn it.
Granted, I don't really watch much wrestling these days. That's why I like the in-week stuff.
And the Omega.
Yeah.
The Omega match that was on free TV with MJF was.
Yeah.
He had a good one with Ethan Page too.
So
then
go ahead.
next week we're gonna have 6 more which means we got 5 of them we can take off the list completely.
Whoa.
Mm.
And then, of course, as their storylines develop, we can always move things around. Remember that, guys.
Definitely
Dominic
move things
Mysterio is
around.
no longer a champion. Remember that.
Yeah, and I mean,
Fucking
you have
champion
to be a champion to be up there. But no, I mean, we
see
have
Adam
2
Cole out of the
more.
top 20.
This
Hey,
is the top
Tony
25.
Tony
So,
Storm may bump up a couple places then.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see. I think next week is going to be our final week, and to our fans, tell us what you think, and if you disagree with us, fuck off.
No. A shout out to X Twitter. Great feedback on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the feedback back and forth, man, because I love how somebody was like, "Oh man, that's pretty solid," and the next person, dude, that's total shit, man.
Yeah.
That list is shit. So
There's
I
really
love the
no
back and forth.
criteria. Yeah.
No, this is just something that we're going by and just having fun with. So, like I said, it's.
I just
see
love the
what-
involvement. I mean, if they like it or if they give us their own, that's what I like.
Mm.
I like it too. I like hearing from Amy that she's mad. She's actually had to turn it off because it bothered her so much, our list.
Speaking of
That
something
was the
bothering
thing that made her
somebody,
turn off our show.
Yeah, I said wait till
Yeah,
after I said wait
don't
till
count for
FTR
Amy.
is off the list too.
Yeah.
shout out to RJ for the video he sent about Brad.
That was
about somebody
hilarious.
not liking
Shout out
something.
RJ. That was funny as fuck.
That was great.
Shout out RJ. That was good.
For bringing Brad down a notch or two with his bag of food.
Haven't had a chance to listen to his show this week. He decided to put it on the same time as our show. So thanks, RJ.
This is another.
Actually, just to promote it a little bit, he had Crazy Steve on from Impact Wrestling this week. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but time this airs, I definitely will.
What show
Crazy
was that,
Steve is-
Brad?
Roughing it up with Brian Hebner, and Crazy Steve is legally blind. If you guys didn't know that,
That's amazing how he does that. And,
And
he's
he's
a
good.
damn good performer.
very good
too.
character, very good character. So I'm looking forward to listening to that.
You know what I'm looking forward to? Today's agenda.
So today's agenda is obviously I hope you guys all had a nice Christmas. Kayfabe. We know it hasn't happened yet. We just talked about everything in wrestling from the week of Christmas, so there you have it. But yeah, I hope everybody had a nice Christmas. By the time this airs, it will happen. So New Year's Eve and New Year's Day is upon us. So we decided to do 2 New Year's Evil matches to celebrate the new year. So that's today's agenda.
Hell yeah, I like it. Sorry, there is a cough button on my microphone. But hey, what better way to get this started than with our first match? And what is it? Boy, it's a good one. It is Karrion Kross versus Damien Priest from NXT New Year's Evil. It took place January 6th, 2021 from the Capitol Wrestling Center, or some of us know it as the WWE Performance Center. Shout out to that picture. Looks amazing.
Shout out to that palm tree.
Yeah, that palm tree that was planted there, it almost looks fake.
Hey, whoa. It comes from Orlando, Florida. There's palm trees in there, Orlando.
I know, it just doesn't look legit, but anyway.
It
Can't
had
even
an
see the
attendance.
building.
What's that?
It's like zoomed in the top corner.
That's true. You can't even see the doors on that picture.
Nice window. What's going on? Is that someone taking a shit in that picture, huh?
It had an attendance of unknown because it was people and monitors. Shout out to that time of our history. Moving on, and it had a match length of 15 minutes and 29 seconds. But Devyn, you got some big shoes to fill because Mike, that video's been making the round of Mike's build. So Devyn, how did we get here?
Well, unlike Mike, I actually looked mine up instead of just going from memory. We'll call it that. So, Karrion Kross returned 2 weeks prior from a big shoulder surgery that he had, and he attacked Damien Priest right after Damien Priest lost his North American title to Johnny Gargano. The next week, Damien Priest said that he won't be anybody's bitch and challenged Karrion Kross to a fight at New Year's Evil. Scarlett brought out the hourglass to ringside,
Shout
and
out.
it was pretty much set up. Tick tock.
TikTok. It's time, baby, time. Damien Priest entrance. Better here or now, Mike, wherever you are.
He's
Son
got
of a
the.
bitch. It's not time. You got it ain't 8:30.
I will say, so I don't know if you put this in your notes or anything, but Scarlett, pretty underrated valet, right? Like she's damn good. She's loud as fuck. She's really vocal. Like, she's encouraging her man, and all that stuff. And because don't let the looks fool you. Like, it's not like she's Miss Elizabeth just out there standing, but she's like, I think she's underrated as a valet. Nobody really talks about her like that.
You don't think I'm going to mention Scarlett? Yeah. I'm going to mention.
I wanted to mention the talent wise,
I want to 100% agree with you there, James, because during this time period that you mentioned, kind of scoffed over, it was during quarantine. Everyone was kind of in our homes. It was the Thunderdome kind of era for WWE, and this time having Scarlett on the outside, she was a great kind of piece to take our entertainment like elsewhere.
She's yelling, slapping the ring. She does all kinds of good stuff. I like it.
Yeah, absolutely.
She's also very seductive. I mean, the way she does everything is like she's seducing the camera. She is really good at what she does. And that is not an insult because I know she's going for that. So it is what it is.
Do you guys like this version of Scarlett or the Smoke Show version from Impact Wrestling?
I'm going to go with yes.
I was about to say yes.
So funny story, actually, Damien Priest calls her Smoke Show one time on this, and that was in reference to that, which I thought was during this feud, actually, because I was watching pretty heavily back then. Because why? You couldn't go anywhere. So I was watching pretty heavily back then, and yeah, he called her Smoke Show, and I thought that was pretty good callback. This is the COVID era, like we've been saying, Devin. What do you think of the way NXT handles it here with their presentation?
I absolutely love it. In a time period when we couldn't have fans in attendance, they brought some fans. Like, of course, they're hired people, but hired fans in attendance to bring us some extra noise. Like James was talking about with Scarlett and stuff. Like, they were just another person to try to keep our the viewership favored in one direction. Like, obviously to cheer Priest here and to boost Kross and Scarlett.
James, who are the announcers?
I'm glad you asked. The research that I got was completely wrong on this. But it pans to Wade Barrett and Vic Joseph, but then Beth Phoenix is also on there too.
This is a great picture. Who do you looks better in a suit, Devin?
Oh, look at Vic Joseph there. With his nice bow tie, he's looking dapper. I love it.
Karrion Kross entrance with Scarlett. Incredible look, like we were talking about already. There's my first mention, James. Why have they not capitalized on this in the main roster, Adam? Why didn't they just go with this?
Great question.
Well, to begin with, you got Vince McMahon just kind of doing his own thing. So he got the Farouk treatment. Let's put a helmet on him and go from there.
But even now, this is not completely the same.
And so that's the thing. They brought him back to SmackDown, and they did the whole the timepiece. They put the hourglass. They brought it to the ring, set it down, and kind of introduced him with Roman, and then Drew McIntyre as well. And they did the thing with Drew McIntyre, and it just kind of went sideways from there. And it's unreal because Karrion Kross looks legit, hair or no hair.
So I'm going to take it one step further. This was for Mike, but I'm going to keep it with you, Adam, since Mike is taking a hiatus for now. Why are you? I mean, not why. Are you surprised, knowing what you not knowing what you know now? Like, are you surprised that Priest is the bigger star now?
Honestly, yeah, because this presentation, they really didn't push Priest a whole lot in NXT like they did Karrion Kross, because they had Karrion Kross beating everybody. I mean, he was undefeated here. Yeah. As a matter of fact, he was.
Yeah, we're gonna mention that. Yeah, definitely,
he was beating everybody. Man, the presentation was amazing. He's running through people, and then move them up, and nothing.
First match loss to Jeff Hardy, by the way. Who, nothing against Jeff Hardy, great star in the business, but it made no sense. You
came
bring him
out
up
with the helmet, like Adam said, came out with that.
And
helmet.
actually, and Karrion Kross said he was okay with that, but then where are you going with it? That's all he wants to know. That's all anybody wants to know. Where are you going?
They're repackaging him again. Like, fucking do something. You haven't even worked on the initial 2 packages that you've had him debut on the main roster, and you're repackaging him again. Like, fucking do something, man.
So Priest with kicks, now slugging away on Kross. Kross slams Priest down. Kross now in control. James, were you ever part of the Thunderdome?
I was not.
Did you ever reach out to SmackDown and say, I would really like to do this? I know that I could be the face of the company.
Well, actually I did. And they were like, whoa. You would, they didn't want me to, go down. They saw my potential and talent, and they didn't want me to, be lower than myself. So I appreciate that question, Brad. But no, I did get an email link one time to be one of the participants. I didn't capitalize on it.
As I did not either. I did not.
Weird. Everything was too broadcast. It was like, all right, guys, let's cheer for whoever it is.
Yeah.
And
At least they were
boo
trying.
And you're on a delay, it's because a big move will happen, and then 3 seconds later you'll see everybody what on their monitors.
Back to what James said about commentators. Beth Phoenix was at home doing commentary. So can you imagine doing commentating when she's at home and the other guys are live and having to kind of work all that in together without missing a beat? I mean, they did a damn good job with this, with her being home.
And on a delay and everything, because NFL games, a lot of the NFL games during this time were on the broadcasters did it from a studio while the game was going on, wherever.
I'm kind of like the voiceovers that they do sometimes with these matches. It's kind of like that too. They just have to figure it out.
But it's a live voiceover though. It's not in post. It's just
and
weird.
They never step on each other's toes during the matches. I mean, it's amazing how they did it without running all over each other like we do. We're all looking at each other. We still can't get it right.
Kross suplex the Priest. Not a cover, though, for some reason. Kross has never lost on NXT at this point, like we said. Kross throws Priest into the steps. Adam, those steps don't hurt, right? I mean, it's just a gimmick, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. They hurt about as bad as a kendo stick.
Who's the referee, by the way?
That looks like AEW's Stephon Smith.
Does it look like, or it is? I ask this every week.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out who that was, and I was like, wait a minute. He's AEW now. That's why I couldn't find him.
Kross has Priest by the hair. Priest with attitude. Priest with the right hand. Mike.
He's back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Mike, we know you like Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
But is Scarlett a very, very close second?
Yeah, she might be third.
Who's second? Because I want to know.
Triple H.
How much have you been drinking?
I don't know. I just think, I don't know. There's something about her, but I mean, she's
something about her. You should see her in the 2300 arena, the old ECW arena. She stands out like a Barbie doll. Devin, is this too much brawling for you early in the match?
Absolutely not. I love it when two brutes go in there and just tear each other apart. That's what it was, kind of, at least to me.
I love this.
It seemed like two big guys just taking it at each other.
Priest just seems really happy that Kross is doing this to him. He's like, come
in.
odd
picture.
Well, wasn't this where he's like, I'm still standing or whatever? I know he does that a couple times throughout the match, but I think this is the first one.
It's a nice smile for sure. Flatliner by Priest, shoulder into corner by Priest, big clothesline by Priest, broken arrow by Priest, sort of. But then Wade Barrett explaining this missing move, saying that Priest has injured ribs. How'd you like that, James?
I like it because it gave a little. Now, granted, I don't remember paying too much attention, so I don't know the validity of that comment. But I do like the fact that he referenced it that way. You're talking over what's happening, and it gives a reason for some of these moves.
Kross shoulder first in the corner, takedown by Priest, working on Kross's arm. And an arm submission. Adam, as an in-ring performer, these guys added extra grunts and verbiage, or do we just hear them because it's the Thunderdome?
It's a little bit of both. It's because it's two big guys, and they're probably not holding nothing back. I mean, if knowing Karrion Kross, he's probably like, hey, you better bring it, or I'm not going to sell it. And I bet Damien Priest is the same way. And plus, the audio, everything's kind of popped in. I believe there's a lot of crap popped in here. So I think it's a little bit of both.
Devin, what do you think of the look of the NXT arena at this time?
I absolutely love it. It's the old classic black and gold NXT mixed with the best Thunderdome that you could have at that time. So I enjoyed it.
They're going at each other now. Kicks and springboard by Priest. Mike, does Priest seem a little sloppy here, or is it the hurt rib angle that they're going for?
I think it might be the hurt ribs because, I mean, he's flawless in the ring.
Yeah, I agree with that. I didn't pick it up at first, but I mean, it really does help with Barrett talking about it because, we go into this a little bit cold and it
Or
does
maybe
help.
he started talking about it. Could be, him like pointing out, hey, this is why he's doing it. So it's all part of the storyline.
Kross with a huge clothesline. Priest out at 2. Kross stomping on Priest. Kross put Priest in a corner upside down. Kross knee into the ribs of Priest. Kross trying to suplex Priest, but Priest blocking it, kicking to Kross. Priest hits a labored razor's edge. Devyn, is that move like the hardest looking difficult move ever to you?
Yeah. You're taking the guy from literally behind your back to tossing them. It just looks like you need great upper body strength.
You know what's funny about that is it feels like a move that you can always get out of because it's so labored to do. And I know that Scott Hall, he was the man with it, but it just takes so long. Cover, kick out at 2. Priest just couldn't get there quick enough to get the cover. James, is the story being told in the ring?
I believe so. I mean, I kind of dig what they're doing. Obviously, back to like that rib thing, obviously the ribs are still being attacked. But yeah, there's a lot of good moves. And like we've said before, I know Adam's definitely mentioned this. It feels like they are actually going for the win. They're not just, bullshitting around. So I'm digging it. I like it.
Damien more kicks, roundhouse to Kross, Priest up and over, flips onto Kross on the outside, then a spinning heel kick to Kross. Adam Priest. So it's funny, Adam. I wrote Adam Priest, and I'm thinking, who am I asking this to? Because I was thinking,
Shout out.
shout out to Adam Priest. Adam, Damien Priest showing you everything he has here, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing for a 6'4", 6'5" guy hitting the ropes with one leg and jumping over the top. There's not too many guys that size that can do that.
South of heaven to Kross, Kross kick out at 2. Kross overhead toss to Priest, powerbomb the Priest, kick out by Priest. Kicks on the outside to Kross, misses a third. Kross puts Priest rib first into the pole, then power slams on the steps from Kross. Devyn, ow, right?
Yeah, of course. That looked like it hurt for real.
For real. The end is near. I'm still standing, bitch.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that until the replay, the bitch part. I missed that completely. And it's crazy that I saw that because I've been watching 60 Days In. And I remember the sheriff is like, that's the one word you do not say without, and that's totally fighting. And then, like, I'm done watching that, and I go to this match, and that's the one word he says to him. I was like, oh, shit, about to go down. And boom, 1, 2, 3.
Shout out 60 Days In.
So this is where I think I messed up the move for you in the match, Adam. Sato suplex by Kross?
Saito suplex.
Saito. I wrote it wrong. I wrote it reversed. Then he turns to half. Am I good there?
I'll let that slide.
Cover. 1, 2, 3. Kross is still undefeated. That was a strong showing by both competitors. This was Damien Priest's last match in NXT. He left after this. And, Judgment Day, the rest is history for now. And as we record this, he still has the Money in the Bank contract. So we'll see what happens there. Back to you, James.
I dig it. Never saw. Well, you got something, Mike?
No.
I thought you were about to say something. But yeah, I dug it. Good match. Good insight from the guys here. What a great way to start it. And hey, this episode may not turn out to be New Year's Evil, huh? Sorry, cheap ass pun. Moving on. I guess it's time to, what better way to follow up in-ring action than with our own in-ring performer, Adam. So, Ref Adam, fucking a lot's been going on in wrestling, so catch us all up.
Yeah, seems like every week it gets longer and longer.
That's what she said.
Hello.
Thanks to Blue Chew.
Right.
Boom.
So
Promo code KOC.
That's great. KOC.
Put that in, see what happens.
Put the word
Speaking of
cocky and
Luchas.
see what happens. All right, so SmackDown, we had the return of the Tribal Chief. Him and Randy Orton had a good ass face off to start the show. And then out of 2 hours of wrestling, we had 4 matches.
Yeah, but hold up.
All right.
3 of them were 20 minutes.
Which I don't mind.
I'm just saying, you have
The storytelling.
a half hour of commercials.
Yeah.
I was waiting for that, by the way, so we're good.
So Grace Waller comes out, and Carmelo Hayes from NXT comes out and has a win over him, which was awesome because they had a good feud back in NXT before Grace Waller got called up. Kevin Owens over Austin Theory, Kabuki Warriors over Zelina Vega and Mia Yim. And then main event, Randy Orton over Jimmy Uso. So that was probably the match of the night, Randy Orton.
I really enjoyed the Carmelo match as well, though. The Carmelo Anthony.
Yeah, that was the second. Yeah, that was my second favorite. It was like a 1A, 1B type thing for me.
What's wrong, James?
Carmelo Hayes winning surprised me.
Did it really? Yeah.
We got to talk about the. Well, I don't know. I'll let you get through SmackDown before I go.
And then
through.
the return of AJ Styles, baby.
That's what I'm talking about.
Dude,
They don't want none.
to the
They don't
gills,
want
man.
none.
Dude is jacked.
Jacked.
Yeah, what's the deal? You get
Huge.
hurt and you come back, you're 30 pounds heavier with muscle?
They said him and Randy Orton did the same diet or whatever, so I gotta figure out what that is.
It's something we don't feel like doing, I promise you.
Does it involve
them-
natural light and pizza?
Them stripes are getting a little bit lighter every week. It feels like when I'm riffing.
Yeah, girthy son of a bitch right there, boy.
they're stretching and not in the way I want them
You gotta get a shirt with more stripes.
to. Maybe horizontal instead of vertical.
Oh, there you go.
We are on it today, boys.
So Rampage, you had the Von Erichs, which was kind of weird.
Oh, it was cool.
No, I mean, it was weird putting them with Orange Cassidy.
Yeah, they're good friends.
I wish they would have just had their own thing, because I don't like how they presented them, on Dynamite to set them up for Rampage. Just like, dude, you're in Texas at the Von Erichs. Give them
But
some.
people at home don't know who they are. I'm telling you, until this movie, a lot of people don't know who they are.
Yeah, it's because of last Friday. The Iron Claw premiered in all movie theaters everywhere.
I saw it Christmas Day. It was fantastic.
A couple of
I
my
saw it the day
non-wrestling friends want to see
came
it.
out.
I bet it's a good ass movie. I ain't got to see it yet. But they was against Matt Menard, Angela Parker, and Jake Hager. Jake Hager's still looking for that hat he can't find, so that's why they lost the match.
So stupid. Ugh.
Don
Stupid hat
Callis
is still
family
making a
over a couple of jobbers. Anna Jay over Red
wait.
Velvet.
What was that? Who over Red Velvet?
Anna Jay.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Shout
match. Match of the night, Top Flight, and Action Andretti versus Penta, Vikingo, and Commander.
Surprised with the result, too.
Yeah, I know they're pushing Top Flight and Action Andretti, man. I think they got a match coming up for the trios titles. I mean,
Lucha
that'll be
Bros are
pretty
no
good.
joke, like that's a good team.
Collision, Claudio over Andrade. That surprised me because they've been pushing Andrade to the moon. Abaddon over Jasmine Allure, Orange Cassidy.
What's going
over-
on there? Abaddon's getting a push.
Shout
huh?
out Abaddon, man. I like her. I'm glad she's back, man. I love it.
I'm interested in her and Julia Hart. I'm interested in what they're going to do with that.
Julia Hart putting over Abaddon, right?
But then what happened right after?
Julia
We got
Hart,
the
she-
return of Thunder Rosa.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, La Vera Vera. Bet the people backstage loved that.
Glad to see
She
her
was
back.
announcing that
man.
night, right?
And she's looking better than ever, too. I'm glad to see her back on TV because I was listening to Bust Open Radio. I didn't realize she's been gone for 500 days, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't realize
Randy
it was
Orton.
that long, man. That's insane.
Yeah. She was champion when she left. It's a long time ago.
Yeah, and I believe she should be put right back in the mix for that.
She will be. We'll see how it goes. Let it play out.
out, as some would say.
I think it'll bring Julia Hart and Abaddon up, putting them with her, because Thunder Rosa's got that.
I don't know
name.
what Abaddon is though. Like she's like, what? Does she want to be with somebody?
True.
She's a loner, right?
Yeah, she's alone right now. I thought she was going to join Julia Hart until she turned and started attacking her. And then, of course, Sky Blue, I like to comment, she's not Sky Blue, she's Sky Black. That was pretty badass.
Wouldn't go with it though. That's all I'm saying.
I hope they book it right, man, because they could have something good right here.
I don't understand. I mean, they've been turning her for a while. Then it looked like it wasn't happening. Then it was very sudden.
We all know where it's going to end up.
Yeah.
Orange Cassidy over the bounty hunter, Brian Keith.
That was a good match.
Yeah, Brian Keith is. I've heard his name. I've never got to see him wrestle, but I heard he's been doing it for a while. He's a damn good worker.
He came out to Still Tipping too. Cool song.
That's awesome. I love that song.
In Texas.
Willow Nightingale, Chris Statlander over Diamante Mercedes Martinez. Brian Cage with a warm-up match. Shady Kingston over Daniel Garcia. And Brian Danielson over Brody King.
Good match.
Yeah, that's probably match of the night. That and Andrade Claudio.
I like Brody King.
So it will have happened by the time that this episode's released, but I'm really excited for Claudio versus Danielson.
I think that's gonna be a good match.
It was a good match too.
Yeah.
We also had a Ring of Honor final battle. I had a long weekend, so unfortunately I didn't get a chance to watch it, but I've heard good things.
Thank God.
This weekend wrestling, besides that.
I mean, I've heard it was all right. I mean, I heard it was maybe like a one-match show.
Guy at the gym told me it was awesome.
I actually did watch the Vikingo match, and it was really good. This Rouge or the whatever the Buffalo. Fuck, I don't know his name.
Black Taurus. Yeah,
that dude, he's something.
Yeah, he's
Shout out
good.
to
He was at
Buffaloes,
the Ric
too.
Flair's last match thing. It was good. He was good.
I like me some Buffalo burgers.
The hell, go Bills.
Fuck off. Shout out RJ and Antonio and whoever. Congratulations.
Antonio, my son, I miss you, buddy. Monday Night Raw, we had R-Truth over JD McDonough. Was probably one of the best things of the night. R-Truth coming out, and he's like, I think losers should leave the Judgment Day. I lost it. I'm so glad to see R-Truth back on my team.
Damien is laughing. Damien Priest is laughing.
I had a non-wrestling friend hit me up on Snapchat on a video. So what do you think about R-Truth joining the Judgment Day? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, hey, it's transcending, you know?
I
love
it.
He come out with the shirt and had it taped, and it said R-Truth.
Well, the week before, JD had one that had tape on it, and it said JD underneath. So now R-Truth had the same exact shirt, but with R-Truth.
R-Truth is, man.
And he won.
He did win, which was a surprise.
I like how they did that finish too. They just gotta like fall off, you know, and he pins him.
Yeah, you see him pull the shirt, the shirt bit.
Yeah.
So I think that was a good little improv right there, because it looked like he pulled the shirt and was going to do it with the shirt, and it ripped. So I think they recovered pretty good by just kind of pulling him, and it was a damn good finish for a crazy match. I mean, it was. I enjoyed it. Gunther over the Miz, Chelsea Green and Piper Niven go down to Katana
Do you know what I thought that match?
What?
Hayden Carter.
Gunther versus Miz. That was a hell of a match too.
Gunther, yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there.
No, he's
I said Gunther over the Miz. That's probably the match of the night.
So,
really good match.
Shout out to my WrestleMania predictions of that match happening at WrestleMania with the Tag Team Championship for the women. That's what I predicted, and it happened before our episode aired. Awesome.
I like Hayden Carter. She's
yeah.
I had to alter. Oh yeah, I'm a big Hayden Carter fan. I had to alter my predictions of WrestleMania because of an injury and because of that tag match.
So back to what Mike said. Did anybody think Miz had a chance at some point in that match? Because I did.
I did. I mean,
They made me believe. They made me believe. There was a couple finishers, you know?
That's just how good the Miz is, man. He just
skull crushing finale off the turnbuckle, off the top.
See, and you couldn't even be mad at it. Even if Gunther did lose right now, because that can right there put him in a title picture.
Yeah, that
for
was good.
WrestleMania.
Very, very
That
good.
would have boosted him in our list a whole lot further, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that was. Boy, I'll tell you. Shout out to doing a week ahead of time, huh?
Then we went Ivar over Tozawa, Jey Uso over Ludwig Kaiser, Judgment Day over the Creed Brothers. This was actually a pretty good match.
Yeah,
Creed
Mike.
Brothers showing out, man.
Eh.
I like I'm
Ivy
moving
Nile.
forward every time they mention the Creed brothers. We're gonna be like, yeah, Mike.
And Ivy Nile and Rhea.
I'm just not a fan. Not
Oh.
yet. Not
I'm
yet.
interested in that match, Brad.
Yeah, I'm interested too. Ivy Nile is shredded.
Yeah, she was on
She may
that.
be only 5 foot, but she is. She is.
Yeah, she was on that show with The Rock that was on NBC or whatever.
Very strong.
But
I like her.
whatever.
I do like her.
Shout out to her being in the group known as the Creed Brothers.
It was Diamond Mine for a while.
Devyn.
Good Devin.
Devin, I see what
Yeah.
you did.
Or some shit.
NXT, Fallon Henley over Tiffany Stratton. Lexis King over Dion Lennox. That was a breakout tournament match. Kiana James, Easy Dame. Shout out Kiana James. Over Thea Hale, Jason Jane was a damn good match.
Yeah, but let me jump in on that real quick because I'm an NXT guy. And I just don't know what they're doing with the Chase U ladies right now because you had heels versus heels in that, or are Chase U heels? And not just that, Thea Hale is changing her character into this heelish type character, right? But yet when she's in the ring, she has that intensity that she had when she was like the Chase U cheerleader. So they need to do more with that Chase U with the lady. I'm just confused, especially when you're putting them up against heels. But anyway,
Because JC Jane come in as the heel anyway.
Casey Jane was supposed to be corrupting Thea
Yeah,
Hale.
exactly. Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's the story, right? But it's still happening. It's like we need that to
It's like
pay
she's
off.
a cheerleader, but wearing leather now.
Now they're losing. Like, I don't know.
I agree. Because Kiana James, I mean, I know Easy Dame just came back, but I mean, it's weird just letting them win already.
It was weird. It was weird.
Tavian Heights over Luca. What is that? What is that?
I don't know. I can't see the paper. Breakout
Oh,
Look at
tournament.
this. Look at this. In-ring performer.
No, it's one of the new guys for the breakout tournament. So I've never seen this guy before.
Luka Doncic. He used to be the power forward for the Nuggets.
There it is.
What? He plays for the Mavs, bro. Dallas.
Luca Cusavino. There you go.
I was thinking of Nikolai Jokic.
Was he the one that came out in the suit?
Mixed up the joke.
I think so, yeah. I think so.
You mixed up the
We're wrong,
Jokic.
boy. Someone's gonna let me know.
Dragon Lee over Charlie Dempsey and Joe Coffey.
Good match.
That was North American title match. Good match.
Like that's that match of the night that I don't feel has a ton of story, but it's just good wrestling.
Dragon Lee just comes out and shows out every time he's in the ring. And Charlie Dempsey, which is, the son of William Regal. So.
Yeah, just hard hitting, good wrestling.
Nikita Lyons finally back in the ring against Tatum Paxley.
No problem.
For a hang tank.
Wait, let's talk about come on. She did a split. She's an amazing athlete.
And a hell of an Instagram follow, I'll say that.
I mean, look, we all know that, she's
a rehab on Instagram.
As she says, she's a whole lot of woman, but the athleticism is incredible.
Yeah, she does the spin kicks and shit too, like the karate kicks and stuff.
Oh yeah, she's a legit badass. Like on her Insta, she's in there sparring and stuff, and like with trainers and all that. Like she's a real deal. I think she's gonna be big time.
I think she's gonna be NXT champion.
And then on the main roster, she's definitely gonna be on the main roster and probably a champ on the main roster.
The crowd is behind her.
Oh yeah.
I think Tiffany Stratton gets moved up pretty soon, and that's when Nikita Lyons will have her shine.
Yeah, I agree.
And then Ridge Holland coming in over a non-title match with Dragunov, but Dragunov still, it was no contest, so it was weird in it and no contest.
No, wait. They played on the angle of Big E. It's fucking. Yeah. It was too much. Big E legitimately broke his neck, and Ridge Holland was unfortunately the one that did the move. I mean, no one's blaming Ridge like Big E isn't, but it happened, and now you're playing on that angle. No. First off, I thought it was real. I thought it was real until I read it. It wasn't. It looked real, and Ridge is in the corner, upset, which you're blowing kayfabe now at this point also, because he's upset that he hurt somebody. A heel should not be upset that he hurt somebody in the ring in a wrestling match. So I didn't like it. I looked at, listen, they try things in wrestling. I get it. They tried it. As far as I'm concerned, that's bullshit. Big
Yeah.
E broke his neck. He's not back.
See, I didn't even watch NXT. I just seen it on Twitter, and I thought it was real. And then I
Yeah.
realized
I thought it was real.
And then I was the same way. I was like, "Oh, that's fucked up."
Yeah, I hate when they like, you can do stretcher jobs and stuff. That's cool, whatever. But if
But
you're
not
like
that.
threading the line, like, oh, he really did injure him, like, you save it. Like
It's-
Fritz with the heart attack shit, save it. Like,
It's beyond that for me because it was Ridge Holland that
Right.
it happened. He did it. Like, no.
I
Rich
just
Holland,
think it's dumb. It's dumb to legitimize a fake injury. I think that's just a poor way of
What
booking it.
if it wasn't a neck injury that they played off on? Would that have been a different?
it was just
Scenario?
so uncomfortable. Listen, I maybe, but it was just so uncomfortable for me, especially when I found out it wasn't. I was like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have been like a knee injury or something like that. I don't think it would have been
Yeah,
here.
that's
Well, they're playing on the Big E thing. They're actually doing it. They're making the Big E thing an angle. What?
Do you
No.
think
If Big E was back and healthy, it'd be different.
It
Wait,
doesn't
wait,
matter
you're not
if they're pushing towards him returning. Then
That's
I can
what-
understand it a
All
little
right,
bit.
maybe I'll let it play
that's
out.
what I was going to say. Do you
But
think
I just
maybe
don't.
for him
I
to
don't see
return?
why they return him to NXT though. Why bring it back to NXT?
Why not?
Maybe
Whatever. Ran over for me.
Yes, but maybe. I mean, maybe this is something for him to come back. Now, if that's the case, I think that can kind of let it pass by some.
Then everybody's gonna laugh at me.
Do that anyways.
Shout out Nikita Lyons.
Right.
I do love
Dynamite-
NXT though. I do. But go ahead.
Dynamite stir Strickland over Roosh.
Good
And
match.
look who finally got a win. Mark Briscoe, baby.
But guess who
Oh,
kept losing? Jay Lethal. I had to say it. One of them had to lose. One of them had to win. Right?
It sucks because it was over Jay Lethal.
Social
my other
media was
favorite.
pretty active. Like, hey, both of these guys have not won anything in this Continental Classic deal. Why are they like still doing this? Why are they?
For pride.
Yeah.
I think it's what they said for pride.
It is. Just they're gonna keep it going.
Yeah.
That's it though for them, right? That's it. That's
There
okay.
we go.
Until they tag together.
Yeah.
And then Riho over Saraya. How surprised
right.
were you with that?
Well, I'm not a fan. I mean, I can't get into the character of Rio. I can't. But can we talk about who was doing the commentary in that? Tony Storm called Taz the duplex assassin. And
That
he
was
said
hilarious.
something like that. Oh, it was
The
so
greatest landlord of all time.
I freaking love it. Oh, I've been waiting for that, by the way.
I love Tony Storm.
The duplex assassin. She's awesome. Tony Storm might be moving up my list.
I want to give a shout out to that match though, because I was completely surprised. I totally thought they were going the way of Saraya versus Tony Storm, the
Yeah,
two
that
people
was
who
the
used to be in a
obvious pick.
faction together.
Me, I was shocked. I was shocked she lost.
Me
Yeah.
too. Well done, AW. You
And
shocked me.
another shocker, Jay White over John Moxley.
Excellent. Thank you. I like John Moxley, but enough's enough.
Yeah, really. I mean,
doesn't
he's
need this
undefeated
tournament.
in this damn tournament, man.
He
Shit.
might still win it.
He'll probably be the loser in the final, I would assume.
Whatever. Probably won't get pinned.
He doesn't
When
need
they
it,
showed the
though. That's
option of a
sucks.
triple threat match, I knew that's the way they were going. I was not surprised by
No,
Jay
I
White
know.
winning.
But it's good. It's good for Jay White.
And
It's a big win for
Briscoe
Jay
over
White.
Commander.
He needed a win.
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in who they're going to put over the top at this tournament because, I mean, Moxley don't need it. Brian Danielson don't need
Usos.
it. I want to see Swerve or Andrade win it, one or the other. 'cause
Over the
both of them
top, sweet
could
Sylvester
use
Stallone
them.
movie.
Yeah. I love it when he's in the truck and he's doing the arm reps. Like I don't know if it's a good movie, but I like it.
Yeah. It's got to be Swerve, right? Like,
I
I
think
hope
so.
so,
By the
man.
time
That's
this airs, we're gonna know,
amazing.
right? Oh no, we
yeah,
won't.
we're
know.
going to look like jackasses
No,
by
it's
the
the
time
third-
this airs.
It's
Yeah,
the
it's-
30th, so we won't. It won't.
Oh, yeah,
I
true.
think it's Swerve over Danielson. It's got to be. Swerve they're trying to push. It's Danielson's tournament.
Well, who did Danielson lose to though?
Yeah, and what about Mox?
Did Danielson lose to Swerve? I can't remember.
They're in different brackets.
Oh yeah. Okay,
think
that's right.
it was
Gold,
Brody.
blue.
Was
Right.
it
I
Brody?
forgot that. I don't remember. Jeez, man,
Was
I
it
watch
Eddie
more
Kingston?
wrestling than I watch my kids. You know.
Oh, he just beat Brody this past Saturday, no man.
What year
Chlorophyll,
is it?
chlorophyll, who gives a shit?
Can Claudio still be in it? And the NWA, or is he out?
Yeah. Let's edit this.
I'm telling
I don't
you,
know.
I think it's Claudio versus Danielson. Winner goes to the semis.
Andrade beat Bryan Danielson.
We sound like a bunch of Bischoffs here, huh?
What I was asking is because you mentioned a triple threat, if it could be Claudio versus Moxley versus Bryan.
Well,
No.
Moxley's in a separate.
Okay.
He's in the different.
I do forget about that bracket thing until they show the colors. Like, oh yeah,
This whole tournament's been confusing.
I know, but I like it. I like that they tried something.
It's going to
Me
be
too.
Moxley, Swerve Strickland, and Jay White in the. They're going to have the triple threat, more than
Okay.
likely.
Yeah.
And it's probably going. I know Claudio, Brett, and Bryan Danielson. And I think. I think somebody else is left. I can't remember who it is.
The second place.
Kingston. I think Eddie Kingston's still alive in it.
Yeah, he is.
So it's going to be interesting to see how they do that because he's
It's
losing
not over
his
because of those
title.
championships. You know what I mean? He
I hate that. I hate that he put his titles up for grabs.
yeah, well, he
Brody
did it.
King is also still in it.
Yes.
Because
Yeah,
it's
mathematically,
Andrade.
he is. Yeah,
Andrade
you're
and Bryan have 9, and then Brody, Eddie, and Claudio all are tied at 6.
Do you think Bryant sits back there watching us just boiling and then freaking blows and says, I gotta get on here?
You know he is.
know he is
Like these
too.
fucking idiots.
He's a calm guy, but I know he says enough's enough. I need to set these fuckers straight.
Hey, we told him when we're blatantly wrong, jump in, you know.
Brian,
Yeah.
did you know who beat Bryan Danielson before I said it?
Yes.
Of course he did. Of course he did. Do you know your birthday? Like, are
My
you
own? No,
your
God, no.
information for wrestling?
Who
I know
won
more
the
information
tournament?
for wrestling.
But no, here's a damn good, another good week of wrestling. NXT was a little confusing right there at the end, but I believe NXT, they're building towards something big, and I'm interested to see what they're gonna do with Punk and Seth Rollins. No Punk
mean,
or
we're-
Raw. That was weird.
NXT, we're talking about it, right? Even if we didn't like it, we're talking about it. That's all they can ask for.
That's it.
That's up to you now, James.
Hell yeah. Can't wait to see what the description says on yet another fantastic week in wrestling. But yeah, man, appreciate it. Good debates and all that stuff. Yeah, I like it. That's a good segment. I'm glad hey, I missed the Waka Waka Wakas, but this is a good segment too. And the Waka 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 is special. We can bring it back, you know, as a one-off. As
I mean,
an
they're the same.
attraction.
We talk about them. They're the same length.
Yeah, one's a little bit longer than the other.
But you know what else goes good with wrestling? My goodness, you got to eat while watching this wrestling, right? So, Mike, what we got this week?
This week for New Year's, it's a New Year's tradition. We are going to do a black eyed pea soup.
I
love the black eyed peas. They're awesome.
So,
my lovely, you know,
yeah,
you're so 2008, and I'm 3000.
I'm usually 2008. My bad.
I said soup, yes. Or whatever you call it. You don't have to be soup. It's just what I call it. So, and all it is very simple. You do black eyed peas, you do some collard greens, some ham hocks. I throw some fat back in there and some stewed tomatoes. Put them on a crock pot. Let it cook. I don't really know how to cook it because I just go to my mom's house because she cooks it every year. And
Fantastic.
She cooks a big pot of it.
I think you did this last year because I remember we went off on fatback.
And add some homemade cornbread. And man, that's just perfect. You can also throw it on some rice. I seen something you can throw it on some rice, so I might try that this year. But I'll do it every year for New Year's because it's a New Year's tradition.
Exactly.
And that was quick because I forgot. I didn't know if my street was up right now because I did not look at the drive this week.
We're not following it.
Professional podcast.
Well, see, the thing is, I got another phone and I still haven't got all that shit loaded up yet. So
yeah, I know. Getting a lot of sweet ass security alerts, you know, too.
And I'm paying for things. Or at least I've been close. That's for sure.
So that was it, huh?
That's it. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well,
whatever you want to call it.
Black eyed peas stuff.
With cornbread.
Yeah. With cornbread.
Shout out.
Shout out Cornbread. Great Dave Matthews Band song, by the way, too.
There you go.
You know what else is great? Devyn's topic. So, Devyn, what do you have for us this week?
So this week we have another edition of Know Our Crew.
Yay.
With this being
I love it. I
the
love it.
final episode in 2023. It's all about wrestling in 2023. Mike's doing the wrestlers, so I want to know. First question. What was your guys' feud of the year in all of wrestling?
Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns.
Boom. I agree.
Fantastic pick.
Yeah, because it was that Rumble when he hit him with the chair, right?
It was a great feud. It was a great build. And he lost, but it was a great payoff. Really,
Yeah, I
That was a good
agree.
one.
the match in Canada, the cheers, people behind him, the noise when they hit him with the chair at the Rumble.
Well, would you say Sammy Bloodline? Because the Saudi show was really badass too. And then winning the tag, I'll give it to him, winning because I'm a crowd reaction guy. Like if the crowd's
Yeah.
going nuts, it's cool to me. So
Fantastic
the
story.
crowd was going ape shit during WrestleMania on the tag match. Crowd's going ape shit during the Saudi tag. I don't remember who they fought though, but that was good.
It was just so good. Everything. I think that was just so well done.
Great pick. Everyone
Anybody
agreeing on that?
I agree.
I can't really remember. I know Hangman and Swerve. Hangman and Swerve has been like pretty good. I know everybody
That was
freaked out
my
about
AEW pick.
the blood spot, but I mean, it obviously you could have done without it. I get that, but it's good. I like the feud, and I think it's finally putting a little bit of people behind legitimacy of Hangman. I'll put it that way.
Agreed.
I know Roman J. Uso's been pretty good.
Also true.
Yeah, that one was great as well. That all started with the bloodline.
Agreed. It was good.
Well, never mind. I don't know.
Don't forget about Becky and Trish Stratus.
I
Yeah,
love
but
I love the finish of it. I didn't like the build of it. I thought that the match, the cage match, was tremendous in Pittsburgh. James, you were there. Shout out.
Yep.
But I thought it was. Remember, we talk about it every week. Where are we going with this? Is it?
Well, the crowd. I will tell you this much: the crowd, because we were talking to people like around us and stuff, and everybody was like, "Yeah, it's gonna be like this feud sucks. Like this feud sucks."
Right.
But then the match was awesome. So
It was awesome. It was a tremendous. I love that match. I love that
Yeah.
pay-per-view. That pay-per-view. I think I said it. It was better than some. I thought it was better than all in. I think it was the same time.
yeah,
And that was a big vert. But I just because I had no expectations though. That helps too.
One more, Gunther Sheamus.
Fantastic.
Gunther,
as well.
Sheamus, and Drew. That was a good match. Also, that three-way.
Anytime you want two guys mad at each other, Sheamus and Drew are good too.
Right.
I got one more. And I sure wrote it down because I just lost it. So we'll move on to question number 2.
That's all right. Been there, buddy. Been there.
What was your match of the year in 2023?
Ooh.
So I referenced it earlier, and everybody's going to look at me like I'm nuts, but I really think that MJF versus Kenny Omega is a mainstream now. I know we could be talking about Impact, we could talk about some indie shows and stuff like that. Mainstream wise, I thought that was the match I'm sticking out in my mind because I couldn't believe some of the stuff that was going on in it. And MJF was not known for his wrestling, right? But he is. He's excellent. Match of the year for me.
Well, you got to think about like that. Jay White and Will Ospreay have both, on their own had really good matches this year too. I was a sucker for that LA Knight and Roman match, man. I really thought it was awesome the way they played it up, and you knew Roman was gonna win, but there were a couple times where like LA Knight was like, "Holy fuck, they may actually do this." I mean, obviously they weren't, but that's what that's my Roman thing. Like he puts over the talent he fights. He may not fight a bunch, but he legitimizes them. Logan Paul, him and Logan Paul had a good match.
Where'd he learn that from? Brock Lesnar.
Right? Brock Lesnar sells like a motherfucker too, and people don't
Freaking
even like
wrestled 9
realize
times
that.
a year, but when he did it, he didn't squash anybody. He would start squashing, and then there'd be that comeback, and you believe. And it's the same thing with Roman.
What is a good match?
That was another good feud from this year. Cody versus Brock.
The dog collar match, was that this year?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
Fuck around. The FTR Briscoes?
Oh,
Is
that
that
was
this year?
awesome.
Or was
No.
that last
Yeah.
year?
That was last year.
December.
That was last year.
I thought you meant CM Punk MJF.
Yeah.
You said dog collar, right? Isn't that what that
That was
was?
last year too,
That
wasn't
was
it?
match too.
Yeah, it might have been.
That was last year, yes.
Oh, there it is.
Thanks,
there
Matt.
it is.
Man.
Voice of the heavens brings down the knowledge.
Maybe if you're gonna ask questions like this, maybe we need.
Hey, why do you ask us about
some
last
time to
year?
think about them. Because I'm drawing a blank, like off the top of my head, you know.
I'm going with MJF, Brian Danielson, Iron Man match.
That was this year?
Yep.
I mean, it seems like a long time ago. That's all.
It was in March.
Okay, long time ago.
Oh, Gunther. Well, wasn't that the three-way like at WrestleMania?
Yeah.
That was a damn good one too.
I got to shout out 2 right here, right off the top of my head. Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega, and Will Ospreay versus Speedball Mike Bailey.
I knew that was
Yeah,
coming.
yeah, that's true.
I got to watch
Those
that.
matches
I
were
didn't wa-
phenomenal.
I didn't
Shout
watch
out to
the
Matt
pay-per-view.
M on the Will Ospreay, the Wrestle Kingdom one or whatever. Or no, I'm sorry, Forbidden Door. Shout out to Matt M on that one because we were watching it all at Huntsville, you know. And he's like, "You're not thinking this is a good match?" And I'm like, "No, man." And my fucking beer's been out for 20 minutes. And then the waitress gives me a beer, and I'm like drinking it. And I'm like, "You know, Matt, this ain't a bad match." And he's like, "Oh, is that what it took? You getting a beer?" And I'm like, "Yeah, pretty much."
The Wrestle Kingdom match, I think, was the better one.
They did
The
show the
spot where he's putting his head through the table. I think about that every time I think of Will Ospreay.
I
Well, I
did
mean,
get
we talked about the feud being Sammy and Roman. What about that match, though?
no, it was a good
that-
match. Excellent match. So
I mean, that was.
So I
that
think
was-
we kind of talked about my number 3 already. But what was everyone's moment of the year? Not a match, or it could have been in a match, but what was one moment that stood out?
I'm going back to. I'm repeating myself, but I'm going back
I
to
knew
when
we would.
Sammy came out in Canada for the match against Roman. Forget the match. Forget everything. For him coming, that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. You want to talk about the CM Punk pop? That was beyond that. I'm sorry, that was the biggest pop of the year.
The chair shot, you know, on Roman,
Big moment.
huge.
Yeah.
Sammy coming out in Saudi though, that's pretty huge too. You know, if you
And,
know,
and
like,
that is
behind
and
the
that
scenes
is great because he refused to go for so long because of the situation. Now
Well,
look,
because he was afraid he was gonna get fucking killed.
yes, yeah,
You know,
but look
so-
at how they're treating him. Oh my
Yeah.
god,
They
It was
bumped-
like a
Sammy,
hero's
Sammy,
welcome
Sammy.
when he got there.
all Sammy all the time.
Off
And
of Sammy and the
where's Sammy
Bloodline.
on our list?
Hmm?
I
What
said,
was that,
where's
Mike?
Sammy on the list? He's so far best feud, best matches, best
Right.
moment.
But he's
But where
out
is
now.
he?
It's over. It
Yeah.
ended. It ended after that match.
I like shout out to Randy Orton
Or-
coming back. I that's you know, I know it wasn't like it was announced and all that stuff, but that's cool to me.
And
I think
undermined a
And then
little
the
bit by
debut
CM
right
Punk.
after it.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem with the Randy Orton thing.
CM Punk being fired before a pay-per-view in Chicago has to be a moment. You know,
That's
because
true.
Tony
Look,
Khan went out there and pretty much faced the music and, you know, took one on the shin and pretty much was like, hey, he's done. He's not going to be here. Sorry. You want a refund? There's the ticket office.
But Vince
'Cause
kind of did
that
the
does
same
take
thing.
major balls to, you know, do that.
Vince kind of did the same thing with Austin when Austin left. He came out there and did
Yeah.
a promo. And said, hey, he took his ball and went home.
And we're not even talking about all in, you know, 80,000 people. Like, that's a moment, you know.
Fantastic moment.
See, for me, it takes a lot to get me excited. I mean, we watch a lot of stuff. We've seen a lot of stuff.
Well,
We've
Blue
heard.
Chew, Brad, may help you
We've
out.
heard.
Promo code KOC.
What was that, Adam?
That's what we've heard. It takes a lot to get you up and excited.
But I mean, a recent moment. I still go with my Sammy moment, but a recent moment is Trick Williams getting 4 pins in a minute to win that match. That was a moment where I stood up and cheered. I stood up and cheered. I'm like, yes! That doesn't happen. That does not happen.
That was
I'm
great
trying
for
to think
Trick.
of, like,
Great
big
moment.
moments this year.
One of my favorite moments was at Backlash 2023 when Bad Bunny came out and the entire arena was going
Oh, in Puerto Rico?
Was that this
absolutely
year?
berserk.
Yeah.
Was that this year? The Puerto Rico show?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was right after
Because that
Mania.
was awesome. Zelina Vega, too. Like, that was
LWO, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
fucking sick. Carlito, you know,
Yeah.
So he came back.
No, that was a good
Yeah.
moment.
that event in general, man, that crowd was lit. God, that crowd was good.
All right,
like it.
well, that was great. Thanks for participating, guys. I love doing these KOC knowing our crew. So back to you, James.
Well,
We
don't
kind of
forget
have to participate.
the fact that Vince McMahon sold WWE was a pretty big moment.
That is true.
Oh yeah.
To
Never thought that
merge ya.
happened.
Forgot about
merge
that.
ya.
Yeah.
The fact that
Yeah,
everybody
shout
talks
out.
shit about wrestling and then it's like, oh, it's worth $9 billion. Like, what? That kind of caught some people for a loop. And I talked mad shit like, hey, make fun of it all you want. $9
Unless
billion
it's for one company.
worth.
All in happening was a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
That was just for one company too.
true.
Devyn's got to
Yeah.
pee. Be right back.
Yeah. Shout out. Hope you piss quick because match number 2 is also a doozy. And what match is it? Well, let's continue with the same old theme. And this one is Bronn Breakker versus Tommaso Ciampa. Sorry. It is for the NXT Championship. It went down. The event was NXT 2.0 New Year's Evil because if we all remember that era of NXT, fun stuff. But
So glad.
yeah, it took place January 4th, 2022 at the Capitol Wrestling Center, the Performance Center in Orlando. See now, what was this?
That's their picture.
Because now there's a palm tree and another tree. But hey, isn't that other tree planted in the memory of somebody? Shad, whatever, Gaspar.
Oh yeah, it could be.
Yeah,
Could be.
Is that the one? I know they planted a tree in his honor. Shout
You
out
are
to him.
correct,
Ultimate
James,
dad
yes.
move, man. Ultimate dad move. Got mad respect for that.
Voice of the gods so that you're correct.
But yeah, the PC in Orlando, Florida, it had an attendance of unknown because it was monitors and people again. It had a match length of 15 minutes and 26 seconds, and Meltzer actually rated this one with 4 stars.
This was in front of people.
This was in front of people. Yeah, there were no
We just don't
monitors.
have a lot
Okay,
of
then
people
what's the attendance then?
Probably about
You might not
300
know.
people.
It's like 300 people, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's
Didn't
not
really
many. 200-300 people probably.
The attendance was 200 to 300 people, probably. Meltzer gave it 4 stars.
There, look who's back, huh?
But
Perfect.
Devyn, how did we get there?
Well, I'm guessing we're talking about the match because
No shit.
according to our outline, it's supposed to be James's topic. But
On my outline, it says Devyn's topic, then it says match 2 intro.
this episode 87,
88.
Nope.
I'm on the wrong outline. Okay, so
God
So
damn.
everything else was the exact same from last episode?
No,
Is that
he
what you're
said the
saying?
outline. He said we were off the outline. Now it all makes sense.
This is 88, bro. Drew Pearson's right there. Right there. This is episode 88. Des Bryant, Michael Irvin.
That's why this is going to shit because of Michael Irvin. I'm just kidding.
That's great.
I can't even see.
I like
that
how
on-
Devyn went with it this whole episode.
He's
just
like, you guys are a
going with
bunch
it."
of idiots.
I'm off the outline. But all right, Halloween Havoc 2021 is where the first match of this feud happened. Tommaso Ciampa would defend his title successfully against Bronn Breakker. 2 months later, in the War Games match, Bronn Breakker would get his pin over Tommaso Ciampa, making them even 1-1. So then Bronn Breakker, he truly wanted his title match. He felt like he deserved it. He's the one that pinned the champion. So he was given it here, and this was the rubber match. It's completely commercial free.
Bronn Breakker entrance, total badass. Devyn, what'd you think of it?
I absolutely loved it. Bronn Breakker, he's a beast. He was intense. He was full of like, you could just tell immediately he was ready to fight. He was trying to win this title.
Adam, did you like the NXT 2.0 setup?
No.
Why not?
Not at all. I just wasn't a big fan of 2.0 in general.
But don't you think change is a must in this business?
Yeah, I appreciate the attempt to change it, but I didn't like this too much.
Gotcha. Tommaso Ciampa, Mike, can Ciampa ever be as over on the main roster as he was in NXT?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's not getting too much either right now. Like, I don't
It's
know.
part of the DIY. Yeah, the DIY right now.
Did,
I agree.
did you know though his first job for WWE was a lawyer?
Yeah, I remember seeing that. It doesn't
Yes.
even look like him, by the way.
Right.
Oh no, I mean he grew a beard and shaved his head, but
Yeah, it's just it was a character. He wasn't really an attorney. It was just his character. But
You become a
it-
badass too.
amazing how different he looks. I wouldn't even have known. I saw that. I don't know how I saw that, but I did.
I
James,
think
who are
we
the
talked about
announcers?
him before.
James, who are the announcers?
We have Vic Joseph and Wade Barrett. I do want to point out the chains on Bronn's entrance. You know, we kind of glanced over that, but chains like his uncle, stuff like that.
Okay.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I want to point out that on both the matches we covered, Vic Joseph wore this maroon color. Looks very nice on him.
You have a man crush on Vic Joseph.
And Wade Barrett did not wear he didn't wear a tie in either one of these matches.
All right. Well, thank God
Very
for
casual.
that.
The commentary table said NXT on both of them.
But people tuned in, Brad. Hell, we had 30-minute talk about someone's pants, if you recall.
We sure did. Ciampa aggressive early, then Breakker holds up Ciampa for about, it feels like an hour, and then throws him down, showing how awesome his power is. These guys have some really good chemistry, Adam. But I mean, they haven't wrestled that often. I mean, what do you think?
That's a sweet.
The fact that Bronn Breakker is only 4 months in right here and he's already going for the title again is amazing because he debuted in September of 2021 and he beat LA Knight. That was his first match.
Yeah.
And then here we are against the champion again.
So who's the referee over there?
That is Aja Smith.
Great answer. Very quick indeed. I'm very proud of you. Braun opened the rope for Ciampa to get back in the ring, which is an absolute mind game, and I like it. Suplex by Breakker, shot to the back of Ciampa, and then again, chops and punches, Ciampa unloading, clothesline by Breakker, big drop kick by Ciampa to Breakker. Devyn, who are you rooting for?
Honestly, the crowd here was kind of split, and I was too. It was the new face, the guy who they were clearly pushing to be this new face of NXT 2.0, and the heart of NXT Black and Gold era. So it was really a mixed crowd, and I had mixed feelings going throughout it. I was just enjoying the matchup.
Advertisement for next week's show, Solo Sikoa versus BOA. I just think that's fun to look back and see
Sweet mask.
who's still there, who's not, right? Breakker misses big body splash, then a big knee to the jaw of Breakker, then a corkscrew out of the ring onto Breakker by Ciampa, and he pats himself on the back. I know how you love that, Devyn.
It's so cocky and arrogant. It's great. It's a great taunt.
But Mike, I wanted to talk about those three moves that came before that. You had, he missed the big body splash, then the big knee to the jaw Breakker, then a corkscrew out of the ring. What do you think about What do you think of that sequence there?
I thought it was amazing, especially him jumping over the top rope like that. I mean, it all flew together like smoothly.
Freaking love this shit. I really do. Ciampa in control. Crowd is split, just like Devyn said. Ciampa locked onto Breakker, finally drops him. Sudden impact. Short clothesline by Breakker, splash in the corner, then drops Ciampa on his back hard. James, does Breakker intensity remind you of Brock Lesnar at all?
A little bit. And, obviously they have the same type of wrestling background, Greco-Roman style, I would have, and obviously the legacy thing. But yeah, the buff-ass dude, kind of TCOB, taking care of business. Yeah, little Lesnar-esque.
Ciampa kicking Breakker in the corner. Fairy tale ending, blocked by Braun, spinebuster by Breakker, then a standing moonsault. How athletic is this man, Adam?
The fact that you called it a moonsault, I'm impressed with you. So I want to give you your props because you gave me mine. So great job, Bubba. And that's amazing because I don't know how many 250-pound men can do that just standing there and make it look so good.
Yeah, exactly. Like he didn't squat down and jump up. He pretty much stood up, like kind of looked at the crowd, and boom.
Yeah, no running start or no.
Yeah.
Amazing. Freaking awesome. Amazing. Chop by Ciampa, pushes Braun out of the ring. Now a knee and another knee, and then sorry guys, another knee. Ciampa's now bleeding though, and we're not sure how that happened.
I know exactly how it happened. If you watch.
Go ahead.
It's
I
when he
did
the
watch. I
moonsault.
could have looked up for a minute, Adam.
No, it's when he did the moonsault. If you watch Bronn Breakker's arm, it comes down and catches the side of Ciampa's face.
Perfect.
And how about the bleeding? Like the bleeding was perfect because it kind of like went like around his eyes and stuff. I thought
It was good.
Yeah, it's almost like it was set up. It was an accident, but it's almost like it was purposely done.
that's an
And it
in-ring
was like it
performer
wasn't too
right
much.
there.
It wasn't like a Moxley match where there's blood all over.
Yeah, it's not like leaking down his face and in front of his
Yeah.
eyes. It was just like perfectly circling
Nice
around. It was
little
cool.
subtle, yeah.
Something like that, you can deal with like from time to time.
Because
like
it's not too much exactly.
Yeah, it's not too much, and it was an accident. It wasn't meant.
You're
to
right.
be.
It wasn't planned. Right. Spear by, at least we don't think so. I mean that'd be pretty impressive. Spear by Breakker, but both men are down. He can't make the cover.
Great spear, by the way.
Yeah, that
Great
was out of
spear.
nowhere, really.
Look at that
Great picture, Bryant.
right here
Devyn.
on Premier Streaming Network.
.com.
Devyn, who's helped who more? Ciampa to Bronn Breakker or Sting to Darby?
Ooh. I'm gonna say
First one.
Ciampa to Breakker. Yeah. These three matches kind of helped put Breakker on the map in NXT. Like we kind of talked about a week or two ago. I can't remember when, but Sting has kind of just helped Darby plateau. Like he hasn't climbed too much. He was already a main eventer when he got with him. So yeah,
Boom.
I'm gonna go with Ciampa and Breakker.
That's
I think
correct.
that's the difference. Darby was already kind of made.
Yeah,
Ciampa
good
helped.
call.
Good answer.
Slugfest now. Head scissors by Bronn. Cover out at 2.
Head
Adam?
scissors. What the
There it
fuck?
is. There it is. What the fuck was it?
It was a damn Frankensteiner. They even said it on the commentary.
Good job. Ciampa with a sloppy transition, but it looked believable into a DDT. Kick out Bronn. Now, into a single leg crab. Breakker grabs a rope. Ciampa pulling on the mat. He's loco. Breaks the count. I love the breaking of the count, by the way. Breakker with a power back body drop to Ciampa on the announce table. Would you say that's what that was, Adam, or am I wrong?
Alabama Slam.
Okay, thank you. Breakker power slam to Ciampa. Ciampa grabs the rope. Mike, are you going to start watching NXT, or am I going to have to freaking choke you out?
No, it took me out because I'm not gonna watch it that much.
What is wrong with you?
Mike just likes to be choked out. That's just the thing he likes.
Yeah, I'd rather be choked out. I ain't got enough time to damn watch it all. That's my
I
thing.
don't believe that. Your kids go to bed at 8 o'clock.
Do you watch Rampage?
Sometimes not.
Don't watch that shit. Watch NXT.
I will say that announce table spot looked very painful.
Yeah, it looked like he got hurt. I mean, that looked rough.
Oh, Adam, Devyn, I just read your notes. Holy Alabama Slam.
Yeah, it was a great spot. It was
I wish I would have
perfect.
read that before I announced what the move was, huh? All right. So Nita Breakker, and again, and a third. Fairy tale ending to Breakker into the cover. Kick out at 2. James, did Vic Joseph sell you that could have been it?
I honestly thought it was it. And shout out to the crowd. Because they did the Fight Forever chant like probably 3 or 4 different times here. And when it was Fight Forever, and then like like barking like dogs, fucking love that little homage to his deity, to the dog face gremlin. But
Absolutely.
yeah, it was this was really good. And when Ciampa hit that whatever pedigree-ish thing, I was like, well, the fat lady's singing.
And here we go.
Hey, Vic Joseph is very underrated. I think he's really good.
He is good, and he looks great, right, Devyn?
Oh, fantastic on the mic, fantastic to look at.
He's the real
great.
dapper yapper.
The total package, Vic Joseph.
Stop looking at his what?
Watch.
Breakker pushes Ciampa off the top and a bulldog off the top. Pulls down the straps, Breakker. Steiner recliner on Ciampa. He taps. A changing of the guard. A nod of approval. What a moment. He's a star. Ciampa made a star. And that is how stories are told.
Passing of the torch right there, ladies and gentlemen.
And that's during the 2.0 era.
Was this his first title win?
Yes, it was.
Yeah. he was only 4 months in. I like when they push a guy, like he's catching momentum and they push a guy and he wins like a title, Goldberg.
By the way, they were both baby faces here.
True, the crowd was pretty split, and I like the
they were
false
friends.
finishes, and they'd always cut back to those one kids, and they're like,
Well, they
Love that
tagged
stuff.
together and stuff too, James. Like it was a lot. Like there was like this. It was like they were against each other, but not like they respected each other. It was good. It was very good for two baby faces. They're. I mean, they have edge. They had edge to them. I don't want to use that word you don't like anymore, James. So you know.
It had a very good Adam Copeland to it, edge to it.
Oh,
you know the word. So guys, unless you have anything to add, I am ready for the questions.
I got one thing. Do you think this is the year we see Bronn Breakker in the Royal Rumble?
Yes, I actually picked it last week.
Yeah, 100%.
I think so.
On my WrestleMania picks from last week from Mr. Bober, I said that is our entrant.
So you think
he's at the point now in NXT where he's putting over NXT stars. He's not winning the big ones anymore, but he's dominant and then he loses. Just like with Trick Williams, just like with Ilya Dragunov, just like with Carmelo Hayes. He's with all three of them. He's lost. He hasn't won.
That's true. When I hear y'all talk about NXT, y'all really don't mention his name that much. So
no, he's losing, but he's still dominant and he's still a threat.
So would you throw him in at the Royal Rumble, or would you just bring him out the Monday after WrestleMania?
I would bring him in the Royal Rumble. I'd have him be dominant for a while and then lose. Like a good shot, a good showing. And then you put him on the
probably like what, final 6, final 8.
Yeah.
Taken out by someone like Cody or Punk.
You know what? If they really want to push him, they could even put him in the final 4. Like I mean, listen, they did it with what's her name? Jeez, oh man, she was in the final 2 that first year that she was from NXT.
Dude,
Bianca
Shayna.
Belair?
But Bianca, thank you,
Oh,
Bianca Belair. They pushed her, and she didn't win, but she was there, and then she was dominant.
Rhea Ripley. I mean, I think she was on the main roster at that time, but hell, she was like number 2, with Charlotte, and then won it the next year.
Bianca eliminated like 8 people that year too, I think.
Right. That's just it.
Didn't she come out like number 1 or 2 that year too?
Yeah, she was pretty early.
I think she was 2. Yeah. I think she was 2. I became a fan that day. So, guys, ready?
Let's do it, man.
Yeah.
Great
Randy
match.
Alcarai. I've been waiting for this question from Randy Alcarai since I read it.
Oh
Who?
boy.
So I'm gonna read. It's a long thing here. Who made the best leap from NXT to the main roster and stayed relevant? We know Damien is hot now, but it's mainly because of the Judgment Days on a roll. All the ladies that came up are relevant: Becky, Charlotte, Sasha, Bayley. But not many men have been. So is it because of the main roster is stacked, or are they having a tough time getting them over?
Kevin Owens.
I would say on the women's side, they're like my dad said, all the women, Charlotte and all them. But here's one. Burn it down.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah,
that was my answer. That's my
been,
answer.
Like, obviously, debuting with the Shield, and that was
Roman
something.
Reigns.
But he's been pretty tippy top too.
Seth Rollins was the first NXT champion, right?
Yes,
Seth Rollins is my answer.
Well, here's
yeah.
the thing. Roman was booed out of the building for like 4 straight years. Seth never really was.
By the way,
like,
Moxley
he was
down
booed,
there
but
too.
he wasn't like booed out of the building.
Dean Ambrose too, by the way, was with them. I mean, they were all down there.
Yeah, and they fizzled him out quicker than
Big
shit.
E,
with that.
Big E Langston was good.
Champion. He was champion.
Bray Wyatt
they made him
started
like
full Wyatt
that
family down there.
stupidness before he left.
Yeah,
Seth has been consistently like,
Drew
on top.
McIntyre went through there for a little bit. So
let's talk about who fizzled out. I think Shinsuke fizzled at times. I think he was more over in NXT. Samoa Joe.
And this is strictly on booking, mind you. Like that is a strictly booking thing,
Samoa Joe. Bobby Roode.
Booking.
Andrade.
Andrade.
He was champion as well. But then, I look at some of the champions there now. I don't think Ilya Dragunov. I don't see him on the main roster. I think he'd be better there.
Bo Dallas.
Another one.
Was fucking Kurt's son, Curtis Axel or whatever, was he champion?
I don't know if he was there. I think that was before that, maybe, or it was around the same time. Maybe it was.
Well, was he ever champion though? Because we're talking like big NXT.
I'm not. I can't answer that. I don't know.
He was never an NXT champion though.
Okay.
Well, yeah, wasn't that like the NXT, like the Nexus NXT?
Yeah, that was right. But like Daniel Bryan and all them.
Yeah.
So
Daniel Bryan.
Brian's about to jump on here.
I know Brian's ready to pounce on this one.
Burning up back there. But I will say this. I think that the reason that didn't work as well is because you had a different person booking, like we said, on the main roster than you did on the NXT roster. But now, I mean, I think it can work better now because you have Paul Triple H on both.
Karrion Kross, huh?
I still don't understand that.
Flatline.
Keith Lee didn't do shit.
Dijak?
And then Keith Lee beat
T-Bar?
Roman, didn't he?
Would you say, Devin?
You mean T-Bar?
T-Bar, yeah.
I mean, he's back in
boy.
NXT now. You know,
Oh,
he's doing well. But
Yeah,
I
there's been a lot.
Ali. I was gonna
Kenta.
say, but hey, did y'all see that Ali video that he posted today? His world tour thing. I'm ready.
All right, Matt M. What did the KOC gang do on New Year's Eve, 1999, when we counted down into the new year, 2000? Devin, what brand of diapers were you wearing that day?
I don't know the brand of diapers. I might have been potty trained. I was 2. So
You know what's
you were
funny?
still in your Huggies.
I swear on my life, I do not remember what I did.
I think I was at my grandparents'.
I don't know, and I was older than you guys. Like, you know, I was
55. I think at this time your AARP was coming in the mail.
I was about 22. I was 22, but I don't remember at all.
I think I was at my grandparents', man. I really can't remember.
that's probably a good thing, Brad.
I can't tell you. I can't tell you. I can't tell you most. My New Year's Eves are lackluster. Honestly.
I think I was at my mom's parents' house. I think, but
I can't remember.
Yeah,
So
I was 15, so I'm sure I was at home.
You were home watching MTV or something?
Yeah.
Probably watching a Pauly Shore movie or something.
What's up, Devin?
This New Year's Eve, I'm going to be in Washington, D.C. watching the 49ers take on the Commanders.
Awesome.
Nice.
Amy,
I get to go to work at 3 a.m. Probably going to get pulled over on the way to work because I'll be one of the only cars out, and cops will probably think I'm drunk when in reality I'm going to work.
So Amy asked what our New Year's resolutions are, but Ben Jones quickly pointed out that he asked that last week, and so she changed up her question. What are your New Year's resolutions? Okay, I'm going to read the same thing. Right? What are your New Year's traditions? Do you eat certain foods New Year's Day for money and luck, or is that just a Southern thing?
Getting drunk at a party is normally the tradition I have.
I do not have a tradition at all.
Amy, that is a Southern thing because you eat like greens for money. You got to eat some kind of beans for something else, and
black eyed peas, like Mike did for the
black eyed peas.
Yeah. Did you not listen to Mike's Meat Minute? Were you not there?
I wouldn't know.
And then the greens for money, black eyed peas for like luck or something. I think cornbread's one of them. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's something.
I'm up for anything on New Year's Eve. I don't have a specific tradition. If I get invited somewhere, I go. If I don't, I stay here. I know there is. Oh, go ahead. One time I went to the city recently with my wife and a couple of friends. We were the oldest people there by far. We did it. We tried it. We'll never do it again. The Uber was $40, and that was then. And I'm telling you, it was like 3 feet that it took us. Like it was like the most. I tried to negotiate the Uber. I lost.
Apparently.
I know there was one show when I was younger that we used to watch, but I'll get to that later. It's the title of
Devin, do you have any traditions?
Growing up, we'd all play Seen It at my dad's house, but since I turned 21, I've kind of made my own New Year's plans. So
let's go ahead and say it. Dick Clark, baby. We used to watch Dick Clark when I was like probably 6 to like 10 or 11, whatever that was, when he was,
You're jumping all over your segment right now.
Oh, no, I'm not. Because I talk about, I actually wrote down some things that I wanted to make sure I mentioned. So I actually did research on this episode, guys. Well, no, not research. Just wrote reminders. That way I'm not ad-libbing it. But go ahead.
So we got a tough one here from Ben. You get to each start your own promotion. What do you name it, and who is your first pick to get it started?
This is I read this one. I was like, fuck, this is going to be good.
It's the Kickout Crew is going to be the name of the promotion. And Sami Zayn is my first pick, James.
Fucking cool. Well, you'll be out of business.
Talk about somebody that kicks out at 2, right?
You'll be out of business in 1 month. That is a good question, though. What would you name it? The naming part, because you can pick a wrestler, I know he's kind of older, but I would pick AJ Styles or but he's kind of older. Fuck, I don't know. Go ahead, Devin. You got it.
So growing up, I had this federation that me and my brothers, my friends, all of us, it was called BCW, the Best Championship Wrestling. We all had a bunch of made up names and made up characters, and we all wrestled on the trampoline and in the backyard and everything. But we only had one real wrestler in it, and it was Sting. So while he's still got a couple months left in his career, I'm gonna take Sting.
I have to say, man, that is a well thought out answer.
He was the only guy that like we never saw in WWE. So in my head growing up, I was like, yeah, we could get Indie Sting to join us.
Yeah, if we're choosing current, it'd probably be MJF for sure. But if it's like a fantasy thing, which I kind of guess is how this question is worded, Jericho would be a good pick too.
Well, it kind of happened once, didn't it? Isn't that Tony? I mean, I know it was Cody, but it was Jericho, really, right?
Yeah, and debut Mox, like right after that.
Yeah.
You got anybody, Adam?
Yeah, mine would be the AWE, the American Wrestling Elite.
Ooh.
And it'd be Randy Orton.
Big shot.
Oh, that's a damn good pick too.
And Eddie Guerrero.
That's a great pick too.
You say Eddie Guerrero?
Yes.
Here we go.
Legends deal.
I was just asking. I didn't know. I was asking.
Mike was thinking Bill Goldberg, right?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Mike, you got one?
Squash Championship Wrestling.
Not hiring him. I don't know. I don't know about name. Maybe Badass Wrestling Federation.
Fuck yeah.
Right, I'll do it.
The BWF.
Yeah, BWF, and have Brock Lesnar in there. Just a couple of those badass people that just hell, Bronn Breakker, throw him in there.
That's a good answer.
Badass.
I like it.
Whipping ass, and that's what it is.
Final question of the week comes from Amy Vaughn. So she felt that AEW has been dropping the ball on Wardlow, and that Karrion Kross should he have stayed on the Indies because WWE has done nothing with him? Her question is, how would you book him different, or would you? Do you like how WWE is booking him in Scarlet now?
Well,
we know we've talked about
currently
this a little bit.
repackaging him for like the third time.
I thought he was fired.
No, he's back because remember they posted a new thing. It's like, it's time. I've been waiting. It's time, or some bullshit like that. Which is like the third time they've tried to like do little whatever you call it, vignettes. Do vignettes and bring him back. I agree they're dropping the ball with him. For sure.
I don't know why they had like I don't think they should have changed the thing. So here's the thing: you bring it exactly what's working. That's what everybody liked. He was undefeated. It was working. She was working. If it fails, it fails. But why wouldn't you try what was working at least?
And he doesn't even have to be undefeated. Like, just bring him in, legitimize him, have him show good matches, do good matches, and all that stuff, and like see where it goes.
I don't understand branding something that's working.
I think that was more of a Vince thing.
It might have been, but it's still not working. He's losing.
Right now, today.
A couple weeks ago, he lost. I don't know.
4 minutes.
Yeah, to Bobby Lashley.
You're right, and I mean nothing wrong with Bobby Lashley, but why isn't he squashing some people when building him? I don't know.
I think Karrion Kross should have stayed on the Indies, and we would have seen him in Chicago at Wrestling Showcase.
I love it. I love it, Devyn, because I'd like that for him too. But the thing is, he's making money. He ain't leaving.
That is another thing, like, because people talk shit about whatever, but when you got family and you got to take care of yourself, and WWE offers you that money, it's hard to like swallow your pride. You know what? No, I'm not going to take those millions of dollars.
I'll take my 500 to 10, whatever thousand it is. It's not the same. And you're on every week on TV, right? Or you were.
And you're contracting yourself, so you're paying taxes. Like, every appearance, you might as well take a third out of that because that's taxes. Like, it's a lot to think about.
Not everybody can be as successful as
Cody and Cardona are like the two indie guys that well, obviously Boom Boom, Cabana did a really good, and Janela, I guess, too. But Cody and Cardona are the only two that have like gambled on themselves and kind of done something with it.
But they're hustling.
Yeah, and Drew Galloway.
And Drew Galloway.
McIntyre.
Yeah,
he's back. He's back in the fold.
So anyway, I mean, I think everybody agrees that why would you stop the original presentation was working?
Yeah.
I would have kept it exactly the same until it didn't work. He was undefeated. People loved him. They knew who he was when he came out. I don't know.
They even knew who
What was? Sorry, I'm
Oh,
I'm
go
asking something. What was the first part of that question? Wasn't there something else?
No, you got it. Stay on the indies. She was talking about how they're not doing anything with Wardlow right now, and she compared him to Cross.
Okay.
It was this was a text today, by the way. She's
But here's
funny.
the thing about Karrion Kross. When he debuted, pretty much the whole consensus of wrestling fans was like, why the fuck did they put a helmet on him? Why is he a Spartan? Like everybody,
We know that's
the
Vince.
main crowd knew who he was when you debuted him, and then they are like, what the fuck is this? So he already had, a build up or whatever, like some mojo and some moxie and all that. And then when he came out, they're questioning.
Let's take his wife away from him too. Like the
Yeah.
It's like they're
Let's take
debuting
her
a guy
away,
that
too.
nobody knows. They debuted a guy that the crowd knew and changed him.
But you know what? You bring him out the way he was in NXT, whether you know him or not, you're gonna like it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he looks real. He looks legit.
Yeah, that's a
She's
badass
hot.
entrance.
She's
too.
hot. All right, that's it. Questions over. Back to you, James.
Hell yeah. Well,
Here we go.
We might as well fantasy book some stuff, right? Because it's time for Bober's WrestleMania. And who is the
New
person?
segment. Thanks, Bober.
Who is it this week?
It's my turn. It ain't gonna be very lengthy, I promise.
That's what she
That's
said.
what I
But
tell him.
what about the
That's what we do at the
matches?
South. So real quick, I got Punk and Rollins. I've got Roman versus Cody. I've got Rhea versus Becky Lynch. I've got Io versus Bailey. I've got Gunther versus Brock Lesnar. I think Brock comes back and puts over Gunther.
I don't hate it.
I think
got
that may
Logan
happen.
Paul
too.
and LA Knight.
What is it? Logan Paul
Paul,
LA Knight?
LA Knight.
Okay.
Nice.
I got Jimmy versus Jey Uso. I've got Rey Mysterio versus Santos Escobar. I've got the Street Profits and the New Day and Priest and Balor and Pretty Deadly in a 4-way ladder match.
And who wins?
That wasn't the question.
Yeah, I'm curious, 'cause I would say
Thank you for saying that, because I was going to be like, well, we didn't discuss that.
I didn't even think of the Street Profits, but they have built them towards like a heel. Yeah, I like it.
Who was all for again? Pretty Deadly
Shout
Street
out JD
Profits?
Hoop.
Street Profits, New Day, Priest and Balor, and Pretty Deadly.
I like it.
New Day. I like that too.
With the return of Big E.
And that could potentially be a Priest and Balor split in that match.
And it wouldn't surprise me if we see a cash in that night also.
Agreed.
You didn't write that.
Carter and Chance, Natalya and Tegan Knox, and the Kabuki Warriors in a 3-way match.
Good Lord,
Mike,
Mike.
you saw it?
Is it raining there, Mike? Or
Raining.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. I don't know.
is that just the new TV you got? New black and
I don't know
white?
what the fuck's going
Your
on.
poltergeist coming back?
It's staticky as shit on your end.
Sounds like you're grilling stuff, or I don't know what you're doing.
He's making them black-eyed peas.
And then one more match I threw in there at the very end: Randy Orton versus AJ Styles.
Well, yeah. Now after what you saw last week, boy, I'm afraid if you're a freaking loser on all these, whoever gets their turn last is going to win.
Yeah, really. I'm interested. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Logan Paul LA Knight. I think Jay and Jimmy is inevitable. I think.
Yeah.
The only one I'm worried about is Rhea, because I don't know if it'll be Rhea Becky or Rhea somebody else. Because I
have to disagree with you. I really think it's going to be Jade.
see, I don't want them to push Jade so fast. That was my next thing.
They haven't, but I mean, it's WrestleMania, and they got her here. They brought her in for a
I'm going to
reason.
be wrong with Jade too. I think Jade's going to be put in there somewhere.
Yeah. I think she wins the Rumble.
Damn.
If she don't win the Rumble, I would like to see her and Bianca Belair in a match, because I had her and Charlotte. So
Well,
Charlotte,
I just want to see what happens. I do want to see what happens with Jade. I don't know,
I wanna
but
see
I would.
Jade and Bianca.
Yeah. All right.
True.
Jade and Natalya.
Well, that's probably going to be her first match. Yeah. And then
That'd be
she'll
a
beat her.
safe match. Huh?
And she'll beat her.
No, it's gonna be interesting to see how it all turns out, though. But I got a couple of them. I'm just like, I don't know.
Well, you don't know. You don't know who's going to get hurt either.
And you never know. We might have a women's TV title match. You know, we could introduce a TV title, but not having any TV. Does that sound familiar?
And who would be the inaugural TV champion?
Well, first we'd have to have TV, so Ring of Honor is just doing it wrong.
But we're talking
Wait.
WrestleMania.
You've been waiting 2 hours for that, haven't you?
We're talking WrestleMania.
So since WWE actually has TV, and it would be a woman's TV title, damn, who would be a damn good?
Jade. She had the fucking TBS one for a year.
All right, I don't want to pin her in that mid card though. I want to put her.
I'll pin her all day. Hey-oh.
Hey.
I think Becky would be a great first TV
Get the
champion.
hell out of here.
Just like she did with the NXT title, carry up a couple other women, bring them to the.
Wasn't she the
higher
first
mid-card
SmackDown Women's
level.
title too?
Unfortunately, it'd probably be Chelsea Green. I like Chelsea Green. I don't like the character right now.
Yeah, let Chelsea Green win it. I like that.
I can't believe you liked it. I didn't mean for anybody to like it.
Well, I mean, she'd be a damn good TV champion.
Yeah, she'd be perfect for it.
Yeah, with Piper Niven as her bodyguard. I like it.
Shout out to them as the Hart Foundation that week. That was awesome. Going like
for
this with
Halloween,
Beard
that was
Piper,
great.
with Neidhart. That was so good. She had it down.
That's it.
All right. Well, appreciate that, Adam. Appreciate it, Bober, for adding more shit to our show. Your show, sorry.
Am I still making noise?
Yep.
Barely.
You sound like Max Headroom.
Barely hear you.
Shout out Devyn. What were you, -15 when that came when that happened?
Yeah, that thing gave me freaking nightmares, bro.
Max Headroom. Shout out to another obscure reference on the show. That's awesome. But what else is awesome is Brad, came up with the spirit of Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve, because this is the before New Year's show. So we're it's kind of, I'm not gonna say it's a year in review type thing, but I did want to give all of you guys a shout out of what a year it's been, man. Like I made a bunch of basketball puns in the beginning of the year, and all that, and we've done some good things. We've obviously grown. There's been adversity that we faced, and guess what? We all powered through it, man. I'm pretty sure y'all know what I'm talking about. And because hey, they tried to take us down, but guess what? We kicked at it too. I'm really proud of the work that we're doing. Currently, and obviously the whole year. Love doing this. There's been some bumps in the road for all of our personal lives, and guess what? We come here, we have a damn good time, and things are kind of working out. And they're not working out because it just happened to work out. No, we kicked at it too, and we made things work out. And I really want to give you guys a shout out to, we've all faced some adversity, and guess what? We fucking powered through it, and I'm really proud of you guys. And everybody's, little segment type things are growing and expanding, and everybody's getting good at it. Like, it's awesome. It's really, it's cool to see the, great growth of the show. And, Les James, like these little segments I ramble too much on, but I'm glad that you guys, are doing like, your own thing. We're all coming in, we're all growing in our own. We're all becoming our own, and I fucking love that stuff. Yeah, that was not all of it, but as we do reflect on the end of the year and the beginning of a new year, everybody just like, oh, at the beginning of the year, I'm gonna make changes. I'm gonna do this. Man, that's just a day of the week. You can make changes any fucking day you want to. You don't have to wait till January 1st to do that. And if you are feeling like you need to make changes, then hey, why not get a head start on it? You know what I'm saying? Because I truly do believe like you have the power to do it. You just have to fucking do it. It's gonna be arduous. Obviously, it's gonna be tough, but man, Like, you got 5 friends here pushing you to fucking make those changes. You know, that's what we're here for. You know, and if you really want to make that change, you will. You know why? Because you're the one doing it. Like, it's just it's real inspiring. And I've got, I'm not a person that does this, but I have got some personal messages about people like messaging me, like, man, you're an inspiration to me, and I've done this and this and this. And I'm like, me? Like, I'm the inspiration to you, but it's like, you just got to have faith in yourself. And here's another thing. Don't always be just assholes. Like, hey, if people deserve that you to be an asshole to them, by all means. But man, like, what if you smile at someone someday, or like one day, and maybe they're having a bad day, and that totally changes them around? Like, spread the positivity, spread the encouragement, and spread, like, we may not all come from the same backgrounds or same beliefs or anything, but man, we're kind of in this together. And let's say you treat someone courteously, like during one little small interaction, like, hey, how's it going? Take care. Like, just little shit like that. Who knows the impact that could have? Like, and even telling somebody something nice could fucking, like, have a massive impact, because you're not going to ever move a mountain in a day. But if you move a pebble at a time, over time, you're going to turn around, and I'll be damned, there's a mountain you just moved. Like, it's we've come a long way, and we got a long way to go. And if you're struggling, find what you can conquer. Like, you're never gonna climb Mount Everest, but if you're feeling like you're down and out, find what you can take care of first, and then take care of that first. Like, it's just a nickel and dime it, baby. Don't go for dollars and hundos and Benjamins. Nickel and dime it, man. Figure out what you can conquer and conquer that, and keep climbing up that hill. And when you get to the top of the hill, look down, look around, like, damn, I already conquered this. But guess what? Keep looking up, because there is no ceiling in this world. You can achieve whatever the fuck you want to. So as we dawn onto this new year, and as things go, I want to wish everybody wellness, and hey, be the best you that you can be. And don't let anybody ever fucking tell you can't. Never. Because guess what? You live your life. They don't. They can tell you you're a piece of shit. Who gives a fuck what they think? Because guess what? When they pin you down, you kick out it too. So that's, pretty much what I got. And I want to end it with, for old acquaintance, be forgot and never brought to mind. Just fuck that shit. Should old acquaintance be forgot in the days of Auld Lang Syne? So, hey, jump, make the life that you want to make, and fucking do it. And if they pin you down, kick the fuck out it too. Cheers.
Fuck
Everybody, fucking love it. Love the support. Appreciate everyone that I do this podcast with. You guys save me more than I'll ever admit, and more than you know. And the fans and the feedback and everything, because we're probably the most humble podcast out here. Like, it literally is click, record, go. And hey, it's your show, baby. Like, come if you need solace and you need help, we're right here, because that's what we do on your show. Love it. Cheers. And let's fucking make 2024 our year, your year. And there it is. Love it. Cheers.
Yeah.
But you know what? Now it's time to get rid of something and keep and maybe use this New Year's edition. So, Brad, what is it this week?
So this could be real simple or real hard. These are New Year's traditions. Some of them you may not do. Some of them you do. I don't know. There's all different parts of the world here, right? So keep, get rid of, do once. Pots and pans at midnight. Woo! Fireworks at midnight. Or watch the ball drop at midnight. Which one you keeping? Which one you getting rid of? Which one you doing once? Devyn.
What is the first one?
Pots and pans. Hit them together at midnight outside. So like I said, different traditions, different parts of the world. It's something I've done. It's something I also read online, but I have done it. I'm just saying, like, there's all kind of weird things, like
I've
opening the
never
window.
heard of that.
One of them's opening the windows. I swear to God. Tradition of opening the windows.
Yep.
That I did not know about.
All right, so I'm gonna get rid of the pots and pans one to start, because it's not my tradition. I'm not for it. the one I'm gonna keep forever is dropping the ball on New Year's Eve. I absolutely love it. And then fireworks at midnight. Most of the time, my fireworks come right as soon as it gets a little dark. So I'm gonna leave that one to doing it one time for a fun night.
All right. Go ahead, Adam. Say same as Devin.
That's exactly right. Same as Devin. Which I do fireworks up until midnight, but I always make sure I'm up past midnight to watch the ball drop.
Mike?
I don't know what the hell pots and pans and beating lids and I don't know what the hell that shit is.
It's just making noise at midnight. That's all it is. You know what I mean?
That's what fireworks
Not
do.
like
They
a
make noise at
crazy. It's not
midnight.
like a crazy idea. Woo! Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of the pots and pans. That's for sure. But it also depends on the weather outside. But if it's nice, I'm outside. I have the little TV thingy outside, so we're doing both, setting off fireworks and watching ball drop.
We got to pick one and do once.
Yeah, Amy. Hi-oh.
How many times do we reference her an episode, right?
I guess watching the ball drop, I get same as Devin.
Oh, fucking A.
Ball drops.
All right, James.
Guess what, Brad?
James.
I will be beating at midnight, but that's because I'm a single man. Hey-oh, shout out. Nah, it's a joke. Sorry.
No,
It's
it
a
isn't.
joke. But no, I've never really heard of the beating the pots and pans thing. So that is probably going to be the one I get rid of. You got to watch the ball drop. And it's funny how they do it. Like, they'll play because I grew up in the central time zone. So they would always play the East Coast, ball drop. And it'd be like, 3, 2, 1, 11 p.m. That type of thing. So we'd always joke around
It's
with
weird,
that.
right? It's weird, isn't it?
It's fucking crazy. Because
Yeah,
it's like
so
LA,
it's
LA
2024
drops
here.
and it's like 3 a.m. And
Yeah,
LA celebrating. But yeah, the ball drop has kind of been, the tradition type thing. Every bar I've been to, they've like, all right, shut up, and they pause the jukeboxes and shit. And then eating the stuff like Mike was saying, the greens are for money and blah blah blah. Like that's I will one time do that, but the ball dropping thing is the ultimate. You know what I'm saying?
You'll eat greens once?
No, I don't eat. I'm saying like the eating food for like you eat cornbread for this, you eat greens for money, you eat black eyed peas for health. You eat
That wasn't one of the options, though.
Right?
Something.
All right,
I like
so
lettuce.
I'm getting rid of fireworks. Fireworks are too much money.
Oh, hey, we did do the fireworks. Why am I talking
I
about
was wondering
food?
where you come up with the food, James.
My bad. The fireworks thing, never really done that on New Year's. Always lived in burn ban states and stuff. So
you're doing it once.
Yeah, no, I live out in the country, so I can do it all the time.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm out on fireworks. I hate spending money on fireworks. I think it's one of these things you spend $300 and it's over in a minute. I could buy a hooker any day of the week. You know what I mean?
Same thing. $300
thing.
over in a minute.
In and out, right? Not
and then she doesn't even wipe up your tears when you're done.
No.
Yeah, but when you get fireworks, at least it's more bang.
Not for your buck.
You're a dud when you do. Never mind.
That's fine.
What I hate about spending $300 on a hooker and it's over in 1 minute is she doesn't cuddle me when I cry.
Neither does the fireworks.
Boom.
Boom, it is. Fireworks. I'm going to do the pots and pans once because I did do that as a kid. I don't do it much anymore. And I will watch the ball drop every night, every New Year's Eve for the rest of my life. That is a fact. All right, next one. You dress up, get a kiss at midnight, or eat pork? Devin?
I'm going to kiss my beautiful wife, Erica, every single New Year's for the rest of my life. So that's the keep forever.
This is the worst.
Eating pork and what else?
I'm glad you went to him first.
What?
What are the other two?
Dress up, like look nice, and then eat pork.
Well, dress up. I don't have to dress up like every single night. So I'll get rid of that one just because I can pretty much dress like this at the bar on New Year's. That's fine.
You're gonna wear a Cactus Jack shirt for New Year's Eve?
I mean,
Erica's
I
not
could.
Erica's not going for that.
But she's also only gonna go for eating pork one time. So
put on your favorite polo
I'll do
shirt
that.
that you wear all the time. That's a nice one.
Yeah, that's a nice one.
What type of establishments are you going to, Brad? Because I'm with Devin on this. The establishments I frequent, it's a t-shirt.
Cactus Jack ones?
Yeah.
This is
I wore an Austin 36 t-shirt one time, and a girl came up to me and goes, what does autism 316 mean? And I looked down and I was like, you may want to read that again. I shit you not. I was in a crowd of people. They all heard it.
All right.
And
All right,
James
Devin, what are we doing?
said, I'm getting laid tonight.
Adam,
So you're getting rid of dressing up. You're going to kiss your wife for the rest of your life, and you're going to eat pork once. All
yep.
right, go ahead, Adam.
I'm same as Devin. I'm gonna kiss Erica every time.
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh, well,
Waka,
I didn't
waka,
say that right.
waka.
No bad.
No.
Yes.
No bad.
That
Okay,
was
maybe
set up
not
so
the same as
perfect.
Devin. No bad. Okay, so I'll leave that for once. Dress up. I don't mind dressing up. You know, that's fine. Then pork, throw that pork shit out.
All right. I like we have different answers. It didn't seem like it was going this way today. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, no, I'm dressing up's going out. I'm eating pork, and I guess I'm kissing.
One time.
Somebody. Yeah, one
Whoever,
time.
right?
You
Right.
kiss
Whoever.
Erica too?
Whoever's there. I got kids. So yeah.
You got kids, you know. Yeah. What does that mean?
Grow up.
Go ahead, James.
I have had one New Year's kiss, so I guess that would be the one time. Your boy loves to eat all cuts of pig. I mean,
James,
we're
that was
talking.
a special moment we had, James. So don't just play it down.
Well, I didn't want to put it on the show, Adam.
Well, don't just act like it didn't happen.
All cuts of pig are good. Like like roast, like bacon, ham, all cuts of pig. So I'm keeping the pork. And what was the other one?
Dress up.
Okay, well, okay. Yeah, you know my answers.
So I do all three of these things at New Year's. I do.
You bet you do.
I'm not wearing a tuxedo or anything,
But you got a pinky out shit though. You're a highfalutin.
I am not. I am not. But I do I'm not wearing a t-shirt. All right. But if I have to get rid of one, it's gonna be that one, because why not? And I'm gonna kiss my wife at midnight, because if not, I'm in trouble here. By the way, shout out Deb for the shout outs we gave her last week. I gotta play that for her today. And finally, eating pork's a good luck thing, and I do it every New Year's Day, but I will do it once because that's my options. The final one is not get drunk, James, because I know what the answer would be. But it does involve alcohol. So the three of them are, but the other two are, but toast champagne, make a resolution, call family at midnight. Devin.
So I'll do forever. I'm gonna call my family, because I'll always call my aunts and uncles, my mom,
midnight
my
you do?
grandparents. Well, if they call me, I'll answer. My grandma, she calls me at every midnight. So
I'm sure she does. Make sure she picks up whatever's
she
going
probably
on.
shows up.
You're not bringing this New Year in with a bang. I promise you.
She might be though.
Shout out.
I
What?
hope not.
Oh man, I just heard it.
All right, I'm gonna toast champagne.
Go ahead, say it,
I'm gonna
James.
toast champagne one time, because I've done that once on New Year's. So, and then I can't remember the last one.
The resolution. Make a resolution.
Oh, resolutions. Yeah. You don't really need a resolution to change your life. You can just make that decision yourself. Even though I kind of set a resolution for myself last week. It's just about
True.
changing your life.
January, it's out the window. So what's the difference, right?
Yeah.
He ain't vaping
Yeah, exactly.
though. Devin doesn't. Wasn't it vaping or something?
Vaping, yeah.
Yeah, I would really like to stop that in 2024.
That's good. Good for you.
But that's not really a resolution. That's just I need to stop it.
I know what Adams are going to be here. Go ahead, Adam.
No, I want to know what it is. Go ahead.
Great reference,
you're not toasting champagne because you don't drink.
What was it? What's the name of that?
Okay.
You're going to call your family, and you're going to make a resolution once.
Great reference. You need a genie hat. Great reference.
Am I right?
100%.
Go ahead, Mike.
All right. Well, I'm not toasting champagne because I don't drink champagne. So
Okay.
that's not the window. I'll make a revolution once, I guess. And
Yeah, the revolutions are tough.
yeah. And instead of calling, what I'm doing is I'm getting on my phone and putting Happy New Year to everybody and hit schedule message and having the message sent out on its own. And I ain't got to worry about it.
Life hacks with Mike Whitaker.
That's
Good.
better than revolutions.
Go ahead, James.
Hey, well, we are celebrating the new year, and that would be a revolution, around the sun. So shout out. The family thing. If they text me, maybe I'll text them back. But I'm not going. Well, I'm not going. Happy New Year. Come on now.
Yeah, no. I'll say it, but I'm not schedule send. 12 o'clock.
So it was. What's the other one? Toasting and
Toast champagne. Make a resolution. Call family.
All right, call family gone.
Freaking
If they text, but I'm.
I
not
love
call, Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
You do.
Let's see, toast champagne or resolution. I would say resolution will be once, and toast champagne, the cold refreshing champagne natural light. But yeah, I'll make a resolution. But I'm, yeah.
I'm out on resolutions. Okay, I have goals for next year that I talked about. You can call them whatever you want, but a resolution is bullshit. It's too much on the spot. You should always try to be better. But it doesn't
exactly.
But announcing it, listen. I know my gym is going to be packed fucking heavy from January 1st to January 16th. I know that, but I know February 5th, everybody's gone.
So December 27th. Fuck it. I don't want to change myself. And then you wake up January 1st, all of a sudden, moving forward, I'm going to do this. No.
If you feel ambition to be better today, be better today. Don't
Why
wait.
put it off?
Don't wait a week. Don't wait a week. Do it now. You're ready now. Do it.
Exactly.
All right. So glad we got that out of the way. I am gonna listen. I tried to call family on New Year's Eve. I think those the cell phone mobile lines sometimes fuck up and you can't even do it. So I'll do that. I'll try it once. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I'm toasting champagne every time. And that is it. That was fun, guys. Actually, it was more fun than I thought because I didn't like any of this. But it worked out. It worked. Sometimes it just works out.
Hey, it relates, man. Relates to New Year's. So we
let it play out, right, James?
Exactly. You know what else is gonna play out? What we're watching. So Devyn, what we got on Devyn's demographic this week?
Well, this week on Devyn's demographic, something I'm gonna be watching is Matt Riddle back in MLW. It was announced last Thursday, as you're listening to this, that Matt Riddle has signed with MLW, an exclusive deal.
I did not know.
There's also
he's taking on the honorary, which me and Adam are honorary ooses. He's taking on our oos.
Yes, sir.
I love how you guys always leave me out of that. I was there too.
To take on.
No, you weren't, Brad. I have a picture to prove.
I have a picture as well. I have a picture.
Did he call you oos?
He did call me oos. He 100% called me oos.
He didn't.
Yes, he did.
A sympathy oos. You were probably a make-a-wish oos.
Hey, listen, I'll take a sympathy oos all day long. Sorry, Devyn.
Bet you would.
Yeah, he called me oos too as he handed me stuff.
Go ahead, Devyn.
Brad's feeling oosy. Leave him alone.
I think they called everybody oos.
So last week on one of the top wrestling shows around, Busted Open, Scott D'Amore from TNA was on there, and he said this quote, "We're on the edge of one of the biggest signings in TNA history." That signing, as we're recording, still hasn't been announced, I don't believe. They have had some signings, re-signings, like Kushida, and a few others. What's that, James?
It will blow your socks off, he said. What guy walks into the ring and kicks his shoes off? MLW is a one-off, man. I'm telling you.
Could be.
Blow your socks off. Which guy walks into the ring and jumps up and kicks his little flip-flops up?
Is he one of the biggest in TNA history, though?
I mean, who else is going to... What, you think Dolph Ziggler is going to go to fucking TNA? I mean, let's be real
here.
Ryback. You have to think
Okada.
about monetary, too. Nobody's going to take shit money just to go to TNA. No offense, but you know what I'm saying.
And Dolph Ziggler's going to Puerto Rico.
Unless we're walking with Elias, I mean, I don't know.
Okada's going to be on their new...
They cannot afford him.
That's fair. I also...
James was ready for that, huh?
point out
maybe,
two things.
and I may be eating crow on that. Who knows?
All right, I got for my last demographic. There's two things about the independent wrestler Warhorse. One, he had to vacate the Relentless Wrestling Pacific Northwest Championship. If you haven't watched his video on Instagram, it's really heartfelt and really emotional. I definitely think you should check it out. And also, him and Danhausen are now an independent tag team touring around the Indies. They are going by the team name of Dan Horson.
Where'd they come up with that?
That's the signing. That's the signing.
Could be. Who knows?
Look at James being ready for your demographic, huh?
I don't know, but I'm
doesn't know it was on
hopeful.
NXT this week, but you know what? Look at this stuff. How about that?
Well, hey, that was my demographic this week. Glad you guys liked it. But back to you, James.
Well, hold on, Bryant. Do you have what I sent you, Bryant?
Oh, Lord almighty.
Go ahead, James. You can talk until he puts it up. Oh, wait, here
Is
we
this
go.
a Bradley's demographic?
No, I just wanted to make a point.
He probably thought you were a fucking Make-A-Wish kid, man. Look at you.
All I know is this. He was cool.
If you're watching
Right.
now on PremierStreamingNetwork.com, Brad, explain this picture to us.
This is me, Adam, and you know,
Pyrus in the background.
Of course.
what do you want me to explain?
I just like how you're like, hey, here's cool.
You
I'm
know,
an honorary oos. That's all I got to say about that.
Well,
James
we,
did say
Jacob-
that you weren't in
it's-
the picture, and I
it's
don't
Jacob-
see James in the picture.
It's
here.
Jacob Fat too.
because
It's
our
Brad
picture
Sting.
is
It's
you know,
Adam.
like our picture was behind the scenes. You know, he's
Yeah,
being
ours
nice
is in the
here.
hotel.
Exactly. He's being nice posing, you know, with Brad.
He's actually. I'm just kind of standing there. If you guys really look at this picture, I'm like the guy.
And
creeping up.
here's
Look
the
at
thing.
Adam.
So this validates our point. Hey, Adam, whose arm does he have his arm around Brad or does he have his arm around you?
Well, I mean, I can't see my face because the arm is wrapped around and got.
I
my
will
face
be damned, Brad and Devyn. I will be damned.
Man, I'll tell you what. I look pretty good in this picture.
Looks
But-
like Brad just walked up at the last second and said,
That's
cheese.
for real. It looked like Brad just walked up and posed, but Jacob, you know,
You guys,
Fatu's
might
got
jump
his
in
arm
on
around
this,
Adam.
something like that. I jump in on this, huh?
I thought that
This
was
is
RJ there for a second.
Photoshop.
That's a
It
salesman
almost
way to
looks
do it,
Photoshop.
man. Oh, gotta get that sale. Oh, gotta get that
Yep.
picture.
It almost looks Photoshop.
It,
Brad-
it kind of does look like Brad's photoshopped in there. That's
know, I have
too
like-
perfect of a pose from Brad.
Best part is I got
His
like
elbow is on the table, so maybe you know, Brad, you were probably falling backwards and just caught yourself with the elbow on the table.
I think that's that's RJ, and he just photoshopped himself into it.
You know, I agree. I think that this picture shows that maybe we are not the closest to friends. But Brian, why don't you go ahead and post a picture of the two very, very best friends?
We're waiting.
Who? Beretta and Chuck Taylor?
All right, so maybe I jumped the gun there with Bryant.
Mac Jones and Anthony Pyers.
Oh my gosh.
Give it time. Give it time.
Is that Sorensen and Frank Bruno?
I do have pictures of both of them.
Me too.
Uh-oh, here we go. Oh,
Hey!
Oh,
No diggity.
oh, you didn't know?
I mean, if we're gonna play pictures, I mean,
I don't know why I'm still doing it.
We're not gonna play pictures.
Look who's dragging the episode along now, huh? Look who's
We're not gonna play pictures.
I got a picture with a famous guy.
Okay, don't we all? Don't we all? Moving on. We are not gonna
Yeah.
play pictures.
Anyway,
Brad, Road
that's
Dogg
all
looks
I
like
got.
your older brother in that photo.
I'll take it.
Road Dogg is deceptively
3
big.
times
Like he's a
bigger.
big guy.
Hey, he's like 6'6". It was cool to meet him the first time. Like, damn, it's
He
really
don't-
nice
he
to
don't
meet
look
you.
that big on TV.
Yeah, where do you get off being tall? You're not tall.
He's tall. He's
He's
tall as
around
shit.
everybody else, and he blends in with everybody else. But when he's by himself, my golly,
Oh yeah.
he's a tall feller, tall drink of
Yeah.
water.
You know what else is a tall drink of water? Next week. So what are we doing next week?
Go ahead, Devin.
So next week, we are going to be doing some matches that we discussed in our group chat earlier that I'm currently going to tell you guys what they are. So
When did we
I
discuss
think we're
matches?
gonna do one that is a match of the year candidate. And since TNA is coming back, we're gonna do a classic match from TNA.
NAR?
When did we discuss this?
Going to be decided in the group chat.
Okay. So yes, we're gonna do a match of the year. By
So
the
you-
time this airs, you
you're
will already
saying
know it.
what
That
is
we're gonna
not.
TNA match, which Devin will have the links for us. So that is it. Back to you, James.
Hell yeah, we're
Hell
doing
yeah.
something next week. Good stuff.
Next week we're watching matches.
Right? No way. Oh, so is it time for a conclusion in?
Yeah, I'm done.
Conclusion in. Did you see how you spelled that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Shout out JD.
A lot of professionalism on this podcast. Conclusion in.
Yeah,
But
I heard
hey.
you, Brad. Thanks, JD Hoop, for everything.
Also true. But in conclusion, I just want to say really appreciate you guys being here. Great episode. Glad I was on time this time and all that stuff. We got a good thing going, and you guys obviously I kind of ramble in the group chat and dip out, but this means a lot to me. You guys mean a lot to me, and hey, maybe I'm using it to ease my mind sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what the basis of the show is. Like, just kick back and relax and hang out with your friends. And as we end 2023, let's end it strong. And let's start 2024 stronger than that. Because, there's nothing wrong with improving yourself. You know what I'm saying? Every day, be a little bit better. Give a smile to a person. Say, hey, how's it going? Just randomly, I'm not saying go out and shake everyone's hand. But, moving forward, why not bring a little joy and happiness to people? Why not, ease their mind? And you won't even know that you helped them. And maybe you brought them along. Because, what if their life is pinning them down? And with your little smile, they kick out at too. You know what I'm saying? And, that's all we can do. Because that's what we do. And that's what you do on your show. Baby, it's the Kick Out Crew. Want to thank everybody, thank the fans, and hey, you know it. Guess what? We're gonna see your ass next week. So goodbye, acquaintance. We forgot all lang syne.
Run.